Are we ready, brother?
Oh, yes.
Do you want to get your earplugs in?
Oh, yes. On your echo going off again. Why is it echoing? Steve, mate, Steve.
I'm hoping I don't have to do that thing where it's...
Boom, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Right,
Wicked.
Are we ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. Gondor at war, as I live and breathe.
Let's do this, mate. Here we go. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? We already have a few in tonight. Glyn's in. How you doing, Glyn? Scott Coley, all the way from Canada. Welcome, Scott. Gareth Baller, Benji B, Josh Triffitt, the legend that is.
Benji B.
Slayer Sam, Matthew Prescott, and Margrab Isla. Ben says, Steve, it's fine, we can hear you. I was confident that it was going to be fine, that's why I didn't check.
I like the confidence.
This is what it's about tonight.
Surely it's a different angle that they're seeing than the one I was just seeing.
Yeah, because I've got two cameras, that's how I roll, mate.
Ah, okay.
I can get both sides, good side and bad side.
Is there a good side?
So, what do you think of it, Damian? The book?
The good side? Oh, are we jumping right in? Is that it? Yeah, I think it's good. You?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that we've got it so quick is awesome, and I think it's a good sign for things to come. I think we're going to get a pretty busy year, all being well. I hope so, anyway.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, given that it's only well, it'll come out at the start of September.
September, yeah.
Yeah.
September. So we've had the main book, 2 army books, and this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And the Hobbit was only December, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's really good.
Oh, no, it's cool.
Loads
I
of
don't know
miniatures.
how. Loads of new
Miniatures that have come out with it.
Yeah. I was really surprised. I didn't think there was going to be that much more new stuff in it.
Yeah.
I thought it was mainly going to kind of collate the stuff that had been released over the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, I agree. The new orcs, love them.
Tell me when you'd like to be reminded.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a spurt. I mean, I think what do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be like a monthly release kind of thing for the new orcs, or are they going to be one pack, or what do you reckon?
I reckon the orcs will be 2 4-draw models.
Yeah.
In one pack. So I thought something might go up. Well, it's Friday. What day is it? Sunday. I thought something might have gone up on Friday. To be honest.
Yeah.
I thought there might have been either Dernhelm or. This is remarkable. My watch is recording this and then responding to me. So obviously I had Siri turned on or something. It's now responding saying, talking to me about Lord of the Rings.
You just want to show your iPhone watch off, don't you? That's what it is.
I got it free, mate. I got it free. I don't believe in it. This is strong off-topic content from the start. I joined Vitality Life Insurance. You get the watch free.
Nice.
So I'm trying to work out if they're worthwhile.
I think I'll be looking that up straight after this, mate. If that's the case.
It's good.
Right, okay, let me sort that out.
You have to do a bit of exercise to get it free.
Oh, do you?
It's kind of
I'll leave it.
Yeah, it's kind of a trick.
I'll leave it.
You'll probably do it though. If you're still working, you'll be up and down like ladders, like robbing people all day, aren't you?
Yeah,
so,
you probably... I'm like the exception to the rule. I'm constantly moving, like constantly. I work very hard, but for some reason, I don't look like I do.
Why? Unless God knows what they're seeing or whatever, but I'm looking at this on YouTube, and I know we're both behind. Are we both behind?
Yeah. So that's what I said to you. So there's a delay. So when we're talking now on Google Hangout, and there's probably about a 10-second delay before you'll see what we're saying then on YouTube.
Right. Okay.
So
cool.
what the easiest thing to do is to not look at the video feeds on YouTube, just the chat.
I'm just curious because it's like watching the past, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. I'm like Doctor Who or something. It's weird.
I might try this. I'm holding up a can of Morphoam brown paint now.
Oh dear. This is great viewing, mate. It's great viewing.
Yeah.
Are you holding it up on in the other dimension yet?
No, I'll put it down. I'll put it down now.
Right, let's have a look. So, we'll go through a few people that we've got. We've got 27 people in.
There it is. There it is. There it is. It's 18 seconds behind. 18. We're talking to you from 18 seconds in the future.
We're in the future. They're behind. So we get new releases 18 seconds before everybody else.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Great technology, wonderful.
Right, I'm going to quickly go through the chat and then we'll get straight on to topic.
Lovely, lovely. Love a topic.
So we have Zarfai Engel's in, Benji B's in, Dan Gross. I'm not going to say hi to everyone, I'll just shout your names out, otherwise I'll be here all night. Joe Holzman, Quinn Duggan, Margab Auer from Poland, Will Rabb, Reese Taylor, Glyn, and I think that's everyone that's commenting thus far. So, as we've said, we're here to talk about the new book. Nice, shiny new book. Let us know in the comments if you've got it and what you think of it.
Very pretty. Smells good as well, doesn't it?
It smells
First thing I did, straight in.
Yeah. Very good.
It's a beautiful, beautiful smell. It's what army books smelled like in the early 90s. They've kept that smell. It's incredible.
I like that it's a hardback.
Yeah. With the ribbons.
I kind of, for the source books, I kind of expect them to be like the older ones, like the journey books.
Yeah.
Soft covered ones. They're still cool, but having a hardback is just.
Do you know what I like? Like really, the fact that in the start of 2015, I remember when the White Council and Rally on Eagle came out, and I remember saying, I think on the Planted that these would be the last SBG releases we'll ever have.
Yeah.
And then it's now, so it's 4 years later, and we have that.
It's insane, isn't it?
I don't know if you can see that,
yeah,
Steve.
I see it, yeah.
Like, who's watching what now? But the idea that we've then got that, when we had that like White Dwarf supplement that was like 32 pages long, and then suddenly you got this kind of gorgeous set of hardback books for this new edition. It's just amazing. Just they could genuinely call me an optimist, but they could just fill that with pictures of their weekends, and I think it was great. Yeah. But just to have stuff is amazing.
The thing is, it's not just that they've released a lot of stuff. It is what's in it is quality as well. There's a lot gone into it.
Absolutely.
There's loads of stuff. I mean, we'll get more onto it in more detail later. But the Legendary Legions, I don't think anyone expected that.
No. No, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
I mean, I think they hinted very early on that you'd get something like that. When you had people moaning about, particularly about the 300, and they were very much kind of in the future. There'll be something that sorts it out.
Yeah. Not a lot of people were listening, and there was a lot of moaning. I didn't think they'd do it this way with the Legendary Legions. I thought they'd do it in a way where, as new supplements come out, it'd be sort of updates, if that makes sense, to the older stuff that's already out. So it's updates to the Alliance Matrix, updates to certain profiles. The fact that they've done this is just 10 times better, I think. You get scope now, aren't you, to have different armies from the models that you've got. Different army options.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so good, because a lot of it, I mean, you can obviously buy the new stuff, but anyone who's got any of those 8 legions, you don't need any new models to use them. So you just, you end up just getting a free army essentially.
Yeah.
You get a new way to play your existing army.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can add some of the new characters into it, but you don't need any of them, do you?
No, it is all the old stuff. Yeah, like you say,
which is awesome.
You can play it as from the normal army books, like you say, or you can just build from Legendary Legions, and you're getting a second. It's the same army, but you're getting a second use out of it, so to speak. But yeah, so I think.
You're getting some comments about your audio being echoey, which I think is because Steve doesn't care about you.
No.
I've got headphones in,
so I suspect my volume down now. So let me know if that is any better. Let's have a look.
I suspect what you're hearing is me coming through into Steve's dungeon, as well as me speaking.
Does that sound better, guys? Am I still echoing? Maybe it's going to raise my voice. I don't know.
Maybe he's just saying everything twice.
Yeah. In fact, don't get me onto echoes. I had a nightmare this weekend.
With echoes?
If anyone's in the group in this chat now who's an Adobe Premiere Pro whiz, please drop me a message on Facebook because I need a bit of help.
What are you stuck on?
I recorded a bat rep and I didn't realise there was 2 audio feeds going through the program that we record with, and because they're in different places in the room.
Yeah. We got to sync them.
Pick them up. Yeah, it's really weird. Because the problem is it's one audio file and it's in stereo, so it's just joining them both together, the program. So it's not like you can just go in and separate them and delete one. If that makes sense. It's really awkward. I spent a lot of time on it yesterday. It was really getting me. You know what's. Dan Gross says, it's likely the game from the mic. If I knew what that meant, I'd sort it out. But I don't. No. Can't get the vision of Damian coming into Steve's dungeon out of my head now. Damian's come in my dungeon plenty of times, ain't you, Damian?
I forgot we're on your channel, aren't we? God, all the bets are off.
Yeah.
Can we swear? Are we allowed to swear on it?
Within reason, mate. Within reason. If Jay's around, you're allowed to swear because he'll drive. He'll drive people to swear.
I'm going to say bum.
Seems fixed now. Yeah, I think it's the volume. I think.
Hey!
I think it's picking up things sort of coming back at me.
Awesome news! Appears to have disappeared now. Brilliant.
Sorted it. I sorted it without even trying.
Sorted it. So he's a tech whiz.
Yeah. So later on, before we finish, we're going to be online for I don't know about an hour and a half, however long we feel like it.
Till my internet packs up again, I imagine.
But we have got a little bit of an announcement as well as the topic of the video, haven't we, Damian?
We do. You had to remind me what it was yesterday. We do.
You coming in my dungeon, mate?
I've never been. I've never seen the legendary man cave.
Yeah.
You've been in here, haven't you? Because you stayed over. You must have, or was it not here? Was it the other room?
It was the other room, yeah. I think.
The other room. You've never been in here. God,
it was the other room, yeah.
Oh.
That's the smaller room, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah. That's what I got downgraded to.
Yeah. Need to get a garage.
Discussions are ongoing about what happens if we have another one.
Get a garage and then you could have all this.
It could be yours.
Okie dokie. So, what did we get in the book? Let's have a look.
There's a bunch of different sections, really, aren't there? So you got your scenarios, you've got your profiles, you've got your legendary legions, and then I think they call it army lists, don't they?
Yeah. The bit, which is not really anything to do with the game, so to speak, but it's really nice. I really liked the history of Gondor bit. 2 pages of text just to give you a bit of background. For people, new players possibly that are coming into the game that are not really sort of Lord of the Rings or Middle Earth fans, so to speak, it just gives them a little bit of knowledge as to the army that they're building or what's going on with this set of scenarios, which is nice. I enjoyed it. I like reading stuff like that, so it's quite good.
It sounds obviously, but there's tons and tons to read. Like when you get it's really good value for money, I think, because I think you've actually got. It will take you an awful long time to get through it all. It's a big chunky book.
Yeah, it is nice. So there is. How many is these? Is 29? 29 scenarios?
I think 29 was the number I had in my head.
Yeah, so there's 29 scenarios. We're not going to sit and go through every scenario because we would be here till 6 in the morning talking about it. I know some.
Have you ever seen? Do you remember when There and Back Again came out? At the time, these are names from the past. GBHL Jamie and GBHL Harry did their review video of it, and they, I can't remember how we split it up, but I think like maybe me and Tom did evil profiles and James and you maybe did good ones or something, and they were doing the scenarios. Yeah. And there's this bit where they start doing the video. It'll be on the channel somewhere, and they go, we're going to talk through them, and they clearly have no idea how many there are. And there's a bit where Jamie goes, so they get up to like before the battle, so I think they do like the Dale ones and the White Council ones, and they go, so it's the one for the Battle of Five Armies, and they go through and they go, there's another 20. And you see see them it's like they never edit it out. Just go, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not going through that.
It's like they didn't look in the book before they started the video.
Yeah. What do I mean? Like, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. Well, we'll have to do another video, and then I think that's what drove Jamie away. You know again.
Yeah, because he had to come back and do it. Well, we've got.
Who heard this? Quinn Duggan. I love how they just ignored the announcement. And then Glyn Seymour, what's the announcement? And then Matt Doran says, we're all holding our breath. Was that meant to be a teaser, or did we just forget? This is your agenda.
Well, I was thinking maybe do the announcement at the end.
Oh, to keep them in. Yeah. There you go. You'll have to wait.
You've got to stick around. We've got 39 people watching, which is amazing. So welcome.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome everybody to our absolute nonsense live stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should have planned this before we come on.
Just a chat, isn't it?
So the scenarios range from, let's get back on topic.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through pretty much what you've been told in the history. So it shows you how Asciliath falls, and then there's the retaking of Asciliath, and then it moves over. And
it starts with Bozza, doesn't
it? Well, Boromir's not in the first one.
Yeah, Bozza.
No. And then it goes to the ambush in Ithilien. There's a lot of scenes, scenarios that are from scenes in the films, and then there's a lot of scenarios which are from the history leading up to what we've seen in the movies, which is good.
Yeah,
bits we didn't see, gets everyone in there. So it gets fiefdoms in there.
Reigning of Pelargir.
Yeah. And then what I really like about it is the little fun scenarios. So you've got with the Witch King and the playing cards. Have you seen them ones?
Yeah. I haven't actually read them. It reminded me of they did it with Smaug, didn't they? In White Dwarf. Was it Hunt the Arkenstone?
Yeah. So there's some really big scenarios where you need quite a lot of minis. There's a lot of skirmish scenarios, and then there's the little fun ones. This is another fun one atop the walls.
Yeah.
Where you've got a 1 foot by 2 foot board, and our friend who is in the chat, Mr. Benjamin Bowles, he's going to make that board for us to film on Top Table, film about Battle Report. He's going to actually make it on the walls, which is cool. Me and Ben have filmed the first 2 scenarios already, and they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw. Have you published them? I haven't watched them. I saw the
first one's out. Yeah, the second one I've got to edit.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were fun, and they definitely are. I don't like using the word weighted, but they definitely try to keep you on the theme of how the battles actually turned out. I think. So
it's favoured. You think it's favoured towards the side that will win, but it's possible for the other side to win.
Oh yeah. You could do it. And it depends how you play them, I think. If you play them really sort of gamey and beardy, you probably could go against the grain. But if you just play it in the mindset that you're recreating them scenes from the film,
it's fine. I always think every now and again, you see someone on one of the groups post something about a narrative scenario saying, I don't know, what in this scenario can't the evil side just teleport Frodo into a black hole on turn 1?
Yeah.
And the answer is yeah, you can. We just assume you won't. Yeah. I think if you're going to play narrative scenarios, you try and win them, but you've got to do it.
Yeah.
If there's an obvious loophole, you just don't do that loophole, do you? It strikes me. Otherwise, you're playing it wrong.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, not everyone's into sort of the thematic scenarios. I prefer them. I prefer to have fun when I'm playing.
It's where I got into the game both times. So the first time I started playing it in Fellowship, and it was all scenarios. It was Balin's Tomb and Amon Hen and stuff. And then when I got back into it in 2010 or 2011, it was just playing. I had to convince mates who didn't play the game to play with me. So the way I did it was let's play Amon Hen, Helm's Deep, that sort of stuff. So it's really cool. Do you know what I really like the look of? The White Rider one.
Yeah.
Which is Faramir, Gandalf the White, 12 knights against 3 fell beasts.
Yeah.
Which as I said, we're not going to go through all the rules, but obviously it's about them trying to leg it, which I think that'd be really good fun.
Yeah.
It'd be a perfect place to use your Gandalf and Pippin model, of course.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm really. I mean, there's so many. There's 29. Like we've said, we're going to film them all, but that's going at the rate that we film battle reports, that's going to take it could take longer than a year, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And the thing is as well, like, another reason, going back to what we think the release schedule is going to be for the models that we've not seen yet, I think they are going to be quite soon, because a lot of them are in the scenarios quite early on in the book. You know, the orcs.
Yeah.
So you can't play the scenario.
Do you think that matters?
You could. Well, I think it makes sense, wouldn't it? So while the hype of the book's there, you'd release something that everyone wants.
Well, maybe. I think they'll definitely be coming out in the next, I don't know, month or so.
Yeah.
Because they're in the book. They must, they're not. I don't know if if the ones that don't have pictures, I don't know how long that'll take.
Yeah.
It's possible we won't get all the models in this release, right? Things like was it Raza and Daewine, maybe we won't. Like,
don't ruin the dream.
The same thing as Cab. Yeah, I don't know. But they might kind of go and do a catapult troll and then come back to it or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Is that the same? I can't, even though I filmed it. Is that the same scenario, the Charge of the Rohirrim, that's in the book?
Hang on.
The start.
Hold up, yeah. I was looking at the wrong screen.
You've got the book in front of you, don't you?
Yeah, I was showing which one you meant. You got your book in front of me.
Page 33.
Page 33. Oh, well, it's the same picture.
Actually, it's the participants.
No, it's got, the participants are definitely different.
Yeah.
Because you've got Aemma and you've got other heroes, and how many riders you got? You got 24 riders. You got far more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's killing them, isn't it? It's not. Isn't the one in the book is about riding models off the table, isn't it? One starts that.
Yeah, you got to get off the table, aren't you? That's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You'd think I'd know, with me playing in the battle reports.
Well, you've played it and I haven't, so there you go.
Yeah. I'm old though, mate. I'm old. It's not like it used to be up here,
What about the playing cards one? Have you played either of them?
No, but I'm looking forward to doing it because they just from a perspective of we've just got a new subscriber. That's cool.
Is that the happy noise for a new subscriber?
Yeah. From the perspective of filming it would be quite easy to do because it's just playing cards on the table.
Yeah.
And it would be quick. And B, because I think it just looks cool to do anyway.
Yeah. It'd be like if you got out that old Wizards duel set with Saruman and Gandalf. It's just something different. Isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got, I've not read it properly, but just looking at it, you've got 4, 8, 12, 13 playing cards. Each playing card. It's about gaining and losing what they call power tokens.
Right.
And depending on what you do, what cards you're on and what dice rolls you do is what you get. It does look good.
Yeah. It's just something nice and different as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different ways to play.
Because it can get quite draining, when you're playing Barrett. I get drained quite quick. Two games in a day does me. So when I'm at tournaments, I struggle. I always struggle on game 3. Always struggle.
That's when you want to draw Steve.
Yeah. Game 3. When I'm watching the match on my phone and I'm not really looking like I'm interested.
Good result today, wasn't it? Good double result.
Yeah. 5th now, mate. 5th now.
Oh, yeah. Good.
I like the look of this one as well, Denethor's Madness. The one
genuinely, that's just the one I was looking for, because I suspected that might have been like a playing card one, but it's not, is it? It's a
2v2 board.
Normal. Yeah.
2v2 board, and it looks like a third of it is non-playable.
Yeah, you got that. It's like a corridor, isn't it?
Yeah. I
love that sort of thing.
Yeah, low model
hero
count,
heavy
bit of
like
fun.
that.
It does look
really good.
And then it jumps straight up to the big
I'm
ones
excited.
with the war beasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, war beasts from the south. Still only 3 mimics though, isn't it? So it's relatively manageable between a couple of friends.
How many mimics have you got?
Me? I've got 1 that's not assembled.
I've got 2.
Let's do this for this year. You want to get your Daniel Lamb whistle on that?
I'm on it, don't you worry about that, lad.
I think he's got 6.
He's got an open invite as Mr. Entwistle. He keeps going to Canada, doesn't he? On his time off.
He does. Oh, Canada. We got the still only counts as one as well. That's another mini game.
Yeah, that's
Is that the same one as was in White Dwarf?
It looks cool. I've not seen the one in White Dwarf, so I couldn't.
It was the same. It was the same principle. I don't know if they've changed the rules a bit, but it was definitely the same. Same idea.
Yeah.
About a mini game of leggy jumping around.
It does look cool. So it's double.
Get
There's
on,
a lot
Leggy.
of rules on it, but looks fun. So basically, your gaming board is a mummock,
Yeah.
which is cool.
How cool is that though? They've made a model that you can play an entire game of.
I know.
It's amazing.
Awesome. Speaking of Mr. Entwistle, I think this will be the one
Yeah.
we're going to try and get him to take part in. And a few other friends. But that looks cool. That's an 8x6 table, supposedly.
Oh, what's the Pelennor Fields?
Yeah.
Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Because there should be 20, right? There's 20 in the film, I think.
Hmm.
There's one on.
This is a bit... Have you seen the participant list on this? Page 61.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Page 61, just
Yeah.
have a look.
How many is it? It's still only 3 mummoks, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not nearly enough
2,
mummoks.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can only see 19 mummoks in that picture. But yeah, that's an 8x6 table. At the studio, we've got an 8x4 table. So
There's
we're gonna
20, there's 20, mate. You're drunk.
No, you've got blurry eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, yeah, there's one right in the crease. Look at that little fella there.
Blurry eyes. Blurry eyes, my arse.
Fancy putting one in the crease.
Young. I don't fancy putting one in the crease, mate. No, thank you. Not
Avoid
smart.
the crease at all costs.
Definitely not when we're in your dungeon.
And then obviously there's it tells you how to link them together if you're playing.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done? Because they've done it in books before, haven't they? Have you ever played through it like that?
No, we're like I said, we're filming the battle reports, and we decided against doing it for the simple reason that there's going to be such a gap between two, and if it's somebody else playing the battle report, but they get a bonus from the previous one that they didn't even play in, it's a little bit unfair, if that makes sense. So we're just going to do them all bog standard.
You think they might storm out the studio?
Let's have a look. Right.
You catching up with comments?
Yeah, I'll have a look through the comments. Army of Gothmog makes me so happy, says Quinn. Yeah, it does look cool.
We'll get on to that. Let's not derail ourselves.
What's this announcement, lads? You'll have to hang on. Chris Perry says, sup guys? Sup Chris? Reece Taylor says, such a tease, Steve. Jay would have told us. Yeah, that's because Jay can't hold his you-know-what. Yeah. Glenn says, you mean Jay wouldn't have forgot, probably. We've got Jay in. He's keeping his eye on you, Damian, that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what he does.
He's got his eye on you. Matthew Doran, rule number 1. Don't be a dick.
What's that?
Tales of Middle Earth. Narrative scenarios should always be played in the spirit of the game. Correct. Glyn says, I only play narrative at the moment. Yeah, Josh has mentioned about the Herald of the Dead model, and you can't wait to see
We've got to get onto that. Got to get onto that.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
We're not there, but people have already started converting them, haven't they?
Yeah.
Glyn says, hashtag Slim J to join TTG. We can't afford it.
Is Ben Slim J? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fergal Gooden says, good day everyone. Good day Fergal, how are you pal?
Hey,
Glyn says, what, going into Steve's dungeon? Right in the crease, says Slayer Sam. Hashtag right in the crease.
get that on your merch then. If you want to get one of those mugs down to people with a lot of mug-based influence.
Possibly. They look nice then, don't they?
Get that mug trending for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll have to give it an impartial review. You know what the taste like, the weight,
how warm it keeps the tea, etc.
Yeah, absolutely key.
James Wood says, "Yo guys,
Yo, James.
And that's it. We're up to date. So, I think we've perused the scenarios. I think that's probably
What scenario? If you, I know you've played a couple, but if you were gonna like pick one to do, what would you do? What would you play?
In what sense? For fun, or one that I really want to play? Like,
Are they not the same thing?
I think well, Denethor's Madness.
Like,
I like Denethor's Madness, and I like the card ones. I like the look of them.
Yeah.
I've not played them.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think just from the forces, because it's exactly what I'm into. I'd like to do the Docks of Harland.
Yeah.
Like the 3 hunters and the army of the dead charging into Gurits and all that lot. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I haven't actually. What are the Aragorn? The game lasts until Aragorn's removed from the battlefield, and the good player wins if Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli can move off the north board edge. Without, and it's half of the named heroes, and I presume that's just the 4 of them. So you got a 4-foot board, and Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli really have to get off. 3 of them have to get off to win.
Which one are you looking at? The Battle of Pelagrin?
Docks of Harland, page 50.
Page 50.
So it's like if the army are dead sweeping onto the board and trying to run straight through them. And it's a draw if you can kill two named heroes. So there's 4 named heroes. So it's like the orcs have got to try and take down. I guess you'd aim for Legolas and the King of the Dead, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Gurrit's Master of
I think that would be good fun.
Yeah.
That'd be good fun to play, I reckon.
36 Moran and Orcs. 20 Warriors of the Dead. Yeah.
Oh, 6 Riders of the Dead as well. Decent cavalry.
I think it'd be quite. Well, yeah. I think the Warriors of the Dead are going to be the thing that you want to make the most of there.
It would rinse them around.
Yeah.
They'll be killing them on 3s.
So you got 20 of those. 3 Moran and Orc captains. 36 men.
Let's go over here, aren't it?
Yeah, I think it's definitely weighted towards good side, that, isn't it? Which is where it should be.
Yeah, I think you'd fancy your chances as good, definitely. But Leggy and King of the Dead, if you win the fight, they're both quite doable.
Yeah.
King of the Dead's got 3 fate, but they're only 2 wound models.
So they've got to make 36 inches, which is 7 full turns of movement, right?
Yeah.
And that's full unhindered moves. Actually, it might not be that as easy as you think.
Yeah.
There's no.
But yeah, that'd be. I reckon if I could play one right now, I'd do that. I'd set that up. It'd be cool.
Yeah. You'd have to paint your Gurits.
He's ready. So if I showed you him last week though, he was he's still in the same place he was, just as ready. Other progress has been made. If you want to see,
go on.
I've got a background for this. Let me grab a tray somewhere. Oh, where's that gone? Need something solid to put behind.
Dave Murphy's in. Hello, Dave. Good to have you, buddy.
That's the catapult.
Oh yeah, very nice, very nice.
It's coming along nicely now. Been doing that. And a big base for it.
Yeah, have you textured it? You've painted that already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Once you try and stick that down on that needs to be done.
Yeah.
You like this? This little thing I've fashioned out of foam board.
Foam board. Nice.
To hold it.
It's too professional. You're on top table. Yeah, it's too professional, that mate. Pair of pliers. We use pliers there. Glenn Seymour, you've got a fan. He says Damian coming out of semi-retirement to slap up Jay and Steve. A bat rep needs to be done. I thought you were Team Steve. Then. What's going on?
I think I just don't care enough to win. I always find that. It's the same with like the SBG bat reps. I'd always we just it's like, what's the best thing to happen now?
Yeah, what's the coolest thing?
I think I've lost that bit of me, I really have. That little I've got no interest in trying to win games.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I go up and down. Sometimes it depends, really. It depends. I think it depends what mood I'm in. It's hard when you fit. Most of the games I play now are film, and it's hard to concentrate on what you're doing when you're filming. You just concentrate on filming. It's that's why I think a lot of people don't realise when they're watching Barretts and they go, "Oh, you missed out on this special rule, or you didn't do this, or you've used an extra point of might, or you didn't use enough might with him, or whatever." People don't realise it is taxing trying to film and play a game.
I don't know what we go through. Yeah. I'll say what we go through. I've filmed a battle report in about 40 years.
You need to pull your finger out there, I mean.
Yeah, I should. I did that one with James Long that time. That was the last one I did.
I can't even remember. When was that?
We did the Radagast being attacked by spiders from White Dwarf.
I do remember, yeah. And is this one where he kept rolling a 6 to paralyse or something? Is it that one?
Oh, I can't remember. It was really good though. I remember it being a lot tighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah. So, it's great me and you having a chat, but I think we better entertain people.
No. I don't think they were expected to be entertained, are they?
So I think, moving on from the scenarios, which I think we can agree are great, there's a good mix of mass battle, skirmish, and just loads of fun ones thrown in there as well, which is good. Mm-hmm. That's what we wanted to see. We're on to the armies. First army in the book, Minas Tirith.
So you're all over that, aren't you?
From your point of view, how more competitive is Minas Tirith now than what it was?
Well, because of this book?
Well, generally, yeah, since the new rules. Because I think when the new rules come out, they got far better, and then with this book, they're even more better because they've got more heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. They're far better than they were in the last edition. I also think the army bonus +1 courage is amazing. I think anyone who's moaning about it doesn't understand how important that is in the game.
No, it's massive.
Right, it's not even people like, well, they're courage 3 and they go to courage 4. It's not that. It's your heroes. It's your heroes going up for like their courage tests and stuff. And madness. It's a brilliant army special rule.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then you get 3 new ones, don't you? You get Ingold, RLS, and Huron.
Huron, yeah.
And we had seen all their rules before.
Yeah.
You've got them all done, haven't you? You painted them all.
Yeah, all done. The rules have not changed, have they, from?
No, not that I know.
The pre-release, because they were released with that sort of thing that was saying they may change, but I don't think they have they?
I think they just do that to sort of cover themselves, like
just in case anyone notices anything blatantly obvious that's wrong. Yeah. Out of the 3
what do you think of them?
What, of the 3 profiles?
Yeah.
I think they're awesome. I really like how individual they are, and I really like how the special rules that they've got are pretty much like nothing else in the game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it just brings another new sort of facet to the army, I think.
I played him at that event. You know, we were talking about last time. I went to Woking. I played Tom Thorpe's army, and he had Ingold and he had Huron. So I've played with Denethor. So I played that kind of setup, and they were cool.
Yeah.
He had, because he was he's so fluffy. He had Huron on foot, so he wasn't as like devastating as he could be. But Ingold was really frustrating to play against, like running in and them not backing away.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realise what that can do for you in your army, because I've seen a few people moan about, like, well, oh, you don't back away. Well, what's the benefit? Well, the benefit is
it's good for your shield wall.
Keeps your shield wall. If you sat on an objective, happy days.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, if you form up that shield wall, you can't swamp him.
Yeah.
Because he's always got guys either side of him, so it's very hard to actually remove that rule.
Yeah.
But Huron's a beast as well. Huron's an absolute beast.
Well, if you're able to use him properly, especially with Aragorn, something like that.
He's got Aragorn. If he's near Aragorn, he's got 5 dice on the charge.
Yeah, that's great. That's insane.
Yeah.
Strength 4, 5.
But 2, like defense 6, 2 wounds and 1 fate. So he'll die the turn you lose a fight.
Yeah. He's got heroic strike as well, which is good.
Did you accidentally summon me?
Ingold's got strike as well.
What I mean? Well, what? Did you accidentally summon me? Well, apparently, yeah.
No, I think they're really good. Really good. I've got them played. I'm looking forward to using them. And I don't.
Is that your? Are you GTing?
I'm not playing. The plan is to come down for the Saturday. Just hang out.
Cool.
Drinks, quiz. Possibly stay over, but I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, I'm not playing.
Holiday in bar. Shall we see what the kiddies are saying? We haven't checked in on them in a while.
Yeah, I'll let you run through the comments.
Cool. So we have. Let's jump back. Right in the crease. That's where we were. Yeah. So Jay said you've seen the Herald conversion from Theoden. Did you see that? The plastic Theoden.
I did. Yeah.
Turned into a Herald of the Dead.
Yeah.
A few comments on that saying great idea, looks really cool. So disrespectful there.
And crazy.
Matt Doran can't endorse it as someone who loves
Expensive
Rohan. Yeah, it depends if you're going to use him, don't you? I'm not that fussed about that Theoden on foot.
No.
Dave Murphy, hello from the Emerald Isle. Quinn Duggan says Death of Gothmog seems fun. That's for his scenario. Sounds like excuses. Probably was. Don't know what that was for. Glenn Seymour, love that guy. Damian was Throne of Skulls champion. Everybody loves an underdog story, Steve. He was, yeah. I don't know if you heard about that, Steve. Damian and Tom versus Steve and Jay. Oh, from Reece Taylor. That would be something to watch. That would involve Tom going.
It's mud wrestling, right? We've got the weight advantage anyway.
Well, maybe not as much as you used to. Benji B says Huron is amazing. If I take Aragorn, he feels like an auto include now for me. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Quinn Seymour agrees. Ben is on the ball. Yeah. Sort you out some shoelaces as well if you ever need them. Quinn Duggan says Huron is my favourite for Gondor, and then here's spoilerific. Daewine is amazing. Goroth and Zagdush having strike is awesome, and I love the inclusion of Raza and Dalgamar too.
Yeah.
Matt Hussey says I can't wait to get Goroth. He looks great.
Which one's Goroth? Is Goroth the two swords?
Yeah.
Oh, the big beefy guy.
He's the burly one.
Yeah. It does look cool. There's a lot going on. Loads going on. So moving on from Minas Tirith. Fiefdoms. No new models. No new profiles.
You got these nice. I have to admit, because I actually only got the book, or I don't know, gave myself the book, should I say, yesterday, because I've been mega stressed at work. So I haven't read it cover to cover. I've read all the legions and read all the profiles, but I haven't read these kind of, these army introduction bits.
Yeah.
With the strengths and weaknesses and stuff.
Yeah, you got but it's just tells you who can be in the army. Like you say, strengths and weaknesses, which is cool because people who again are new to the game, they're not sure who does what kind of thing. It's good. And then you've got the key models thing is a nice one.
Yeah.
It's not like telling you how to build your army. It's not saying you what's an auto include, but it's telling you sort of what to keep an eye out for and what they can do to your army and things like that, which is good.
You know what though? I've missed a trick here, right? Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
Key models. You know who's not there?
Who of the keys?
The Warden of the Keys. What's that about? What's that about? Madness. That was me. That would be full of key puns. I wouldn't be able to stop myself.
This ain't no SBG magazine, David.
Exactly. I'll tell you what. You know that article series I wrote for Warhammer Community.
Yeah.
They left puns in, but they took an awful lot out as well. At one stage or other of editorial. I don't think it was Jay. I think it was like the Warcom guys after that. But I'd always go. I had a whole thing about when I at that tournament at Waterloo. I had a whole section that was lyrics from ABBA's Waterloo. Apparently not. Apparently that wasn't not appropriate.
The article someone took all the puns out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
should we move on to Rohan?
Yeah, on to Rohan. Now Rohan's a bit like Minas Tirith, we did get some new stuff. So you get the little bit of fluff behind the army, tells you the army composition. You also get, tells you the army bonus rules, which is cool. Key models, strengths, weaknesses. I don't think there's any point going into it. Buy the book if you want to know what they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
But new profiles. Now this was something I didn't expect for Rohan, because Rohan has already got so many sort of heroes anyway. But Dernhelm, what are your thoughts on Dernhelm before I say my thoughts?
I think she's awesome. I think it's a great, it's cool. It's a wicked model. I think as soon as we saw Gandalf and Pippin, it seemed like a fair bet that we'd get it.
Yeah.
But she's now a tank. Like if you can keep her on a horse and everything, so you get 3 attacks base. That's 4 attacks on the charge.
Yeah.
At 5/5.
Do you get an extra attack? So that includes Merry's extra attack, right?
Yeah, so the Dernhelm profile, which has 3 attacks, is both of them together. Right. It's a cavalry model, so it gets 4 on the charge.
Yeah.
And it gets magic resistance.
That's massive.
And then you get Merry's Might as well. It's like Azog and White Warg to use, and I think he's got 2, hasn't he?
Merry.
Has Captain of the Shire got 2?
He must have, because
this is why.
got 1.
This is why I got the all the books out. You see. Merry, he's got 2 might, so it's got 4 might.
Yeah.
Dernhelm's got 4 might. That is going to ruin you. It's awesome.
And can strike.
Yeah, heroic strike, heroic resolve, heroic strength.
That's really good.
And crucially, I think if you can keep her on the horse, she doesn't get the Theoden rule, which cripples Eowyn. I think personally in the new edition. So as long as she's Dernhelm, as long as you keep her on that horse, she can do what she wants, even if Theoden dies.
Yeah.
But then it's when she when she dismounts. If you kill her horse and then you take Theoden out, then you take Eowyn out as well.
Yeah.
Because she can't move further than 3 inches for the rest of the game.
Very obsessed with dead bodies.
Yeah, it's a bit icky.
Yeah. No, I really like the profile. I think for the points, I think you're getting loads. I mean, you've already mentioned how many might you're getting. It's 3 attacks base. The resistance to magic and being able to strike was big for me. Already 5/5.
Resistance to magic on a hero is great.
Yeah, and you've got 2 will as well, so it's really cool. And it's I like the model. I really like the model.
Yeah, it's well cool. It's brilliant.
Really good.
I love that other people talk about it, but I love that the helmet's too big for her, like it is in the film. I think it's just a really nice touch.
Yeah. It's a man's helmet on a woman's head, so yeah. Not saying that women have little heads, but they've got smaller brains, obviously. So.
So the GBHL podcast does not endorse the views expressed by Top Table Gaming about the relative size of the brains of the
say that when I'm
sectors.
in the man cave at the bottom of my garden where my wife can't hear what I'm saying.
You've fit right in on Harry Inford and Chums about 20 years. Oh no, she's getting in the driver's side. We also have Elfhelm, Captain of Rohan.
Yeah.
Who is cool. He's a basic captain. The 3 might bonus is nice. Yeah. And then he's got a very, very, very cool rule, which is to re-roll to hit, to wound, and in the way rolls with a throwing spear. He never has a -1 penalty. He's got a 3+ shoot value. That's amazing.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
So I mean,
he
pretty much
he re-rolls everything.
Yeah, every time he charges, he's going to kill something.
Yeah.
He hits on 3, so he gets 1 or 2, re-rolls it, and then he'll wound on what? Strength 3, throwing spear, so wounding on a 5 probably. Yeah. He gets to re-roll it. That's a brilliant rule for a hero.
So he's chewing through normal, like orcish goblins kind of thing, normal infantry stuff. He's going to chew through them, and 3 might.
It's a nice different profile again as well. Like, you know, just a captain, but then he has a throwing spear special rule, which you don't get a lot of.
Yeah.
And he is. I'm just trying to work out the cost of him. You get a captain.
Captain 60 or 65?
He's 45, 55 with a horse. Heavy armour has he got? Yeah. So 60. Has he got a shield? Yeah, so 65 and 20. But he's cheaper than he should be.
Yeah.
If you kitted if you kitted a captain up to have all his war gear, the captain would be 70. And then, so he gets a point of might, and he gets a point of might, a point of increased shoot value, and the special rule for free. And yeah.
And you know,
he's awesome.
With his special rule, he also gets heroic accuracy.
Not sure. Would you?
I mean, with a captain,
I'm not sure
you're getting March, aren't you, with a captain?
Yeah.
March is quite important. In a lot of.
That's where Daewine comes in. Beautiful segue there.
Yeah, love it.
Because Daewine's also got March.
Yeah.
He's a captain. He goes up to defense 7. He goes up to fight 5, and 3 might, and then he's got one of those combating rules. So if he's engaged in a fight within 12, if Theoden's engaged in a fight within 12 inches of Daewine, he can use a free heroic combat, but he has to use it to try and move towards Theoden's combat.
Yeah.
So again, careful planning with those two, and you could do some real damage, I think.
The range of that shocked me. 12 inches is massive.
You can barely see. Is that the guy I like? Is that my bloke? No, I'll go over there. Anyway.
But that is massive, isn't it? 12 inches. Because I mean, how often do you play a game and you're that far apart with your army anyway? Unless it's like an objective capping game, but normally you try and keep everyone together. So it's and 5 defense 7 is good.
I think all 3 of them are really good. But the question, of course, is whether or not they fit in the hierarchy. So Theoden's obviously first now, but then when you already had, say, Gamling and Aemma as good choices, quite where they are on the list, I'm not sure. No. Yeah. And I don't. The thing is, I don't think it's obvious. I don't think there is an obvious answer, which is great. That means there's a lot of experimentation.
It depends what you want your army to do, I suppose. But the good thing about it is now is you've got these extra 3 heroes, because all the other heroes, like were just your normal heroes that we've all been used to and we've had for however many years. These got all these new special rules and have just sort of freshened it up a bit, so you can pick and change different ones. And
I'd definitely be tempted by Dernhelm. If you assume Gamling's an auto include as well, because it's might rule now. I think I'd go for Dernhelm and Elfhelm over Daewine.
Yeah.
Because I think his heroic combat thing, Theoden's always going to be in combat, but what you can achieve with it is going to be relatively little compared to, I think a pretty much guaranteed extra kill every time you charge from that throwing spear is awesome.
Yeah.
But Daewine's also, he's got fight 5 and he's got March as well, so there's advantages there, and the ability to strike.
Yeah, they're all really good. If anything, it's just put Rohan players, give them more of a dilemma in it. Because the thing is, you want.
You know what it does do? You know what it really does do? It makes the all-hero Rohan ever better.
I was just about to come on to this because we were talking on Saturday. We were at the studio, me, Jay, and Ben, and we were talking about doing a bat rep with Rohan, where it's Theoden with I think 8 captains. That's it.
Particularly with the new Legion, get onto that soon, but they're wreck face. But I think Dan Entwistle was the first person I saw doing that about 4 years ago or something. Yeah. I remember being in a Slayer gaming tournament and he had it. I think it was Dan. He did really, really well with it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even better. But I wonder what you guys think about Rohan. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's have a little bit of a break.
Oh God, they're chatting away. I assume we're wrestling. Matt says Goroth looks awesome. We haven't done them yet. Just under 6 weeks to the weekend. I don't know what that is. Quinn Duggan, I'm actually going to be using Army of Gotham with Goroth at the Forge this weekend. So let us know how you get on with that. Matt Doran, I'm well chuffed to see Elfhelm. Thinking of Forge of Rock Eisen. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dernhelm is the best thing I've seen in SBG for ages. I'm so excited for that model. Yeah.
It's cool.
Loads of love for him here. So pleased with Dernhelm and Elfhelm. They always nice inclusion. David Murphy says the Riders of Theoden is a class legion, the strongest looking one at IMO.
Quinn says no says profiles makes me sad. I wouldn't give up hope yet, Quinn. Just yet.
There's always hope.
There's always hope. I feel hope. There's always hope.
Gareth Baller says looking forward to getting my hands on Dernhelm.
I bet you are.
I don't even. Is that? Yeah. Who knows? Cannot wait for Insta buying that model. Then Seymour, my issue with Dernhelm is Pippin not giving Gandalf might, one attack and resistant to magic equal. Yeah, well, they don't have a profile, do they? I suppose that. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
I suppose it's because it is when Pippin's on the horse with Gandalf, it's Gandalf and Pippin, whereas this is a separate profile for a named character that hasn't existed before.
Yeah.
In Dernhelm, I guess. But yeah, that would have been Gandalf the White with 3 attacks. Imagine that.
Yeah, I was going to say, does Gandalf the White need any buffs? Really?
Yeah, maybe not. Josh Bryan, I love Daewine and Dernhelm, but I'm not that impressed by Elfhelm. Dernhelm model is excellent, and I love it. Such an improvement over the god-awful Gandalf and Pippin one. Oh, come on, Josh. That's an amazing model.
I really like it.
Yeah, so do most people. Quinn Duggan, people named after hats are silly. It's an Elfhelm gang. Tells me Middle-earth would love to see more Fiefdoms too. Avatar Ronan as well. I do like how the Gondor focus book also has new toys for Rohan, Harad and Mordor. Yeah.
Yes.
David Murphy thinks Elfhelm is underwhelming. What? Crazy. You guys are crazy. Get that Throne Spear on the board. It's going to murder stuff here, I reckon.
I think they all look good. I'm really happy with all of them. Simple fix to Elfhelm would be giving him a 6-inch bubble on the spear's effect.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane, Josh. You want a 12-inch battle line of Royal Guard with throwing spears, all re-rolling to hit and to wound. Absolute madness. That would be horrific.
Jay says, Damian, can you control him, please? Are you talking about me?
Not yet. Yeah, if you found a way, mate, text me and I'll see what I can do.
Josh says, I reckon Fiefdoms will get love in a supplement focused on Harad and Umbar raiding the coast of Gondor. Possibly.
Yeah, Matt Doran knows making the spear bonus a bubble would be a bit too good, I think.
Yeah. Right, I think that discussion would end up going on all night.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think from Rohan, we move on to the Dead of Dunharrow, which I know you're a massive fan of, Damian.
Yeah, boy.
This is something that in the new rules and the new profile for me was a big plus, because you never ever really see an Army of the Dead unless someone was bringing like a really themey, what can I say, unplayable force that you can't win anything with.
Yeah, it was past the Dead, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was naff. And now they really are viable. I really like them. We used them at doubles, me and Ben, and they were awesome.
I remember you saying.
They were awesome, loved them.
It's also I think it's a box set as well. Oh, yeah? I don't know if you heard.
Not to blow your trumpet, mate. You won Toronto score.
I actually, I think so. I don't know if as well, I deliberately for the set, I've lit up the Paths of the Dead.
I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that.
You know, thought seeing as they were getting some love, I'd give the old Paths of the Dead some love. But yeah, I think the box set helps. I think more people have them now than ever had them before. So I think, and they're really quick to paint up. So suddenly people are using them.
The models are nice.
So yeah,
they're a good plastic set.
They are nice. Yeah, really and nice. The riders are beautiful.
Yeah, they're cool.
Absolutely. But yeah, we get a new hero, which is something people have cried out for ages.
Yeah.
The Herald of the... Not necessarily what people would be expecting.
Totally out of the blue.
I think people would have gone... Yeah, I think people would have gone for like Captain of the Dead.
Yeah.
We get the Herald of the Dead, which seems to be a... almost like the King's Champions dudes, I think. Yeah. And it's a very similar sort of role in that they can give King's Champion their fate, can't they? And this dude gives the King of the Dead as many. There's not a limit on them, is there? So you could have.
No.
You have as many of these as you want.
Which is crazy, right? But what the special rule does.
Like all hero Army of the Dead.
That's crazy.
Yes, they've got 3 will, and the King of the Dead within 3 inches can use their will as might, which is awesome because it gives the Dead of Dunharrow more might at last.
It's not that you can use it as might, is it? Because you can't use their will to change dice rolls. You can use it to call heroic action.
Yeah. Heroic action. That's obviously there to stop you insta-killing something.
Yeah.
3 world dead.
And then you've got the Pennant of the Dead. So friendly spirit models within 3 inches of a Pennant of the Dead.
Get resistance
Gain
special.
resistance to magic rule.
Magic. Cool. They're not banners. They're not banners though,
No.
which is quite interesting.
Cause terror. I mean, the 70 points, which is probably on the expensive side, but for what they do to the army, especially the King of the Dead, I think if they were any cheaper, they'd be too cheap.
Well, bear in mind it's from an expensive army anyway. So you got 15 points just for a warrior.
Yeah.
So it's 55 points essentially for the buffs.
Yeah.
And if Will and Fate are 5 each, that's 25. So that's 30 points for the buffs.
Yeah.
5 points for the
If you pay
special.
for the shield, is 75, which means a defense 8, and they've got 2 wounds. And I think it's already.
And they've got 2 attacks.
And they cause terror.
They've got 2 attacks, strength 4 and fight 4. So they've got much better damage output.
Yeah. They're cool, man. I like them.
You can also, what's interesting is, since go back into the list, you can just take them with Dead of Dan Harrow, so it's not just like the Legion. So you could, Dead of Dan Harrow army is now more viable than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because of them.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. Don't even think about Aragorn and Legolas for a minute. Just the Dead of Dan Harrow, I think.
Dead army, yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool. You still got you still tied your might in one place. That's the only downside of it.
Yeah.
Like one physical place where your might is.
That's I mean, with them causing terror, if you're playing, like I think you've said it before when we briefly spoke about it. If you're playing sort of good versus evil, you're playing evil armies, and with them causing terror, even if you don't get priority, it's not a massive negative.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How often is an orc going to pass a courage check to charge?
That's where the game I played at GT against all the goblins, I was protecting this objective, and when he won priority, it'd try and swarm. He had like 150 goblins, but he'd try and swarm me, and he'd maybe get like 10 in, and then I'd countercharge those 10 and kill them, and then rinse, repeat.
Yeah, it's a really good army. It's an army that I started off. I painted it up because we were painting up the Pelennor set, and then because I had it painted up, should I say? That's why we used it in doubles. Thought it'd be fun to use. And I was surprised at how much I enjoyed playing with them. It's an army that I will use again eventually at some point.
Well, I did it. Everything I wrote in that article was absolutely true. Like, I wasn't going to paint them for about 15 years, and then this challenge came up, and I just dive in completely head first, and now I've got whatever it is, 1,200 points of them, and they're what I've been playing with recently, and they're what I've taken to GT, and it's cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
Really cool. And I don't think with the addition of the Herald now, that the thing has always been, there's no captains, you can't do this, there's not much choice. You don't need it now, because you can just bring them on their own anyway. Which is cool.
See what people think about the King of the Dead?
Yeah, let's do it.
About the Dead?
Glyn Seymour says, get the King of the Dead memed, lads.
Yeah. Listen, Dave Murphy, the Return of King Legion also looks really good and strong. Yeah, we'll get to that. Would you take the 3 hunters in the list or the heralds with the King of the Dead? I would take the 3 hunters. We'll probably talk about it later, but I think the King of the Dead is awesome if you just want to take pure dead. But personally, I think all 3 of the 3 hunters come before the herald for me. If you're going competitively.
Yeah.
Dave Murphy, and this is happening live. For the Return of King Legion, you have to take Aragorn the King. Then I'd add a herald. That's interesting. I would definitely add Legolas, and then it's either Gimli or the herald for me. But we'll see. Cool.
Yeah. So on to Mordor.
Yep.
Mordor are one of them forces where I think get overlooked quite a bit, but the special rules they've got are really good. I played against it twice in the last 2 games that I've played. I played against Mordor in the scenarios from this book actually, and it kind of catches you by surprise. They get +1 courage and reroll 1s to wound.
You're not going to get that in the scenarios, no.
Are you not?
No, I don't think so.
Is that?
I don't think you're going to get match blood.
We actually had this conversation. So, in them first 2 scenarios, do you just play it as it is in the scenario?
I think so. Yeah, I think the army bonus is designed for match play.
So Gondor would get +1.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty because they're meant to. They're designed to encourage you to take fluffy armies to match play games. I'll tell you one. This isn't proof, but I'll give you one thing that I think supports this.
Go on.
I'm trying to find it.
Because I've got another question that follows on from this to do with the same.
Okay. I think in one of these, isn't there one of the scenarios where Rohan get given their army bonus?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought there was one where they got +1 strength on the charge in the scenario.
Let's have a look.
I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty. I've read that somewhere else. I think. Like I don't know if it was Jay answering on a forum or something, but I'm sure they said something like that.
Because we played it as you do, so both sides got their army bonus.
I mean, if you think it, it's scenario, isn't it? There's no harm in doing it.
I suppose as long as both get them and not one and not the other, should I say?
Yeah, exactly. If no one's being unfairly disadvantaged.
Let's have a look. If anything, it'll be on this charger rover, won't it?
Yeah, I couldn't see it there, if I'm honest. It didn't help my cause.
No, it doesn't say. Are you making it up?
No, I'm sure. I'm sure I've read it. Whether or not I read it right. I'm not swearing blind. This is correct, but I'm sure I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, because let's just say that isn't the case. So the first two scenarios, the forces in them scenarios, are how can we say? They could be the new legions. So would they get the legions bonus or would they get the normal army bonus?
I don't think you get anything.
Oh no, but let's just say you're wrong about that because you've not got nothing to back it up.
It's funny you mentioned that, Mr. Sass. If I was to direct you to match play rules within oh Christ, what is that? Within the main rule book, there's a section in the match play section says army bonus. If your army consists entirely of models from a single army list, then the army receives its own unique army bonus. Each army bonus will be listed in the introduction. Note that unless otherwise stated, the army bonus will only come into effect as long as your force only contains models from a single army list. That's in the match play rules.
Right.
So it doesn't get mentioned in the narrative play rules, which is an entirely different section.
Yeah, you're being too technical now.
Yeah. So I don't think you get personally. But of course, there is nothing wrong to say if both players agree that you should get them.
Yeah.
I wonder what the kiddies think. I bet the chat's going.
Yeah,
mad.
what does the chat think? Let's have a look. Do you get the army bonuses when you play narrative scenarios, or do you not?
Damian. Tales of Middle Earth says Damian's right. Love you. We discussed that scenario in our review, where every single Rohan model can call a heroic combat for free. So that's echoing the Legion. Tales of Middle Earth. We were the same, trying to figure out where they get the army bonus for scenarios. We came across the Rohan one where it mentions they get the bonus. And Glyn Seymour says Gotham getting his abilities buffed to a bigger bubble. Does that happen in one of the scenarios possibly?
Yeah, that is a point actually, yeah. So, it kind of contradicts itself then, doesn't it?
Or it doesn't.
I think you'll find.
I think the point of them was for match play, wasn't it? It was tournaments. It was to encourage people to take fluffier armies to tournaments, essentially. So I think once you've then done that, in narrative play, you don't need to encourage people to take fluff because they should already be doing it. It does. I remember thinking it with the. They did make a huge impact on the starter box scenario. Yeah. The one where the Rohan charged the Morannons because they're defense 6.
Yeah.
And the idea that if they have their army bonus, it's a significantly easy scenario for them than if they don't.
Yeah, but weren't they scenarios just to get? They sort of led you into the full game, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean, even if that was in the ones in there, if you've got Rise of Rohan charging Morannon Orcs and they get their army bonus, it's going to be much easier on the Rohan.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe it's been, maybe it's been balanced with the army bonus, or maybe it hasn't. But whichever one you do, it's going to swing it one way.
Yeah, I think this.
I'm going to
go on.
Just Phil. Well, I'm going to go and see if I can find an answer to this in the bathroom.
Yeah, Tales of Middle Earth. I think now discussing it, because we did discuss this when we were filming, and we went with that they do get their army bonuses. And I think, like I just said to Damian, as long as you both get your army bonuses, it's not going to sort of affect the scenario as such. But I would like it cleared up, to be honest, just like going forward, so we know whether you get them or not. I'm trying, Glyn, which scenario is that where Gothmog gets his abilities buffed to a bigger bubble, or was that just in the Legion's rules? Because I think that was just the Legion's rules, right? The Army of Gothmog. Are we talking about the same thing, Glyn, as well? We might not be. The range of Gothmogs, the age of men is over, special was increased to 12 inch. Has anyone else played the scenarios and not used the buffs? Quinn says, I would say you don't get the bonus. That's interesting. I suppose. I mean, I don't know how much of a difference it would make, to be honest. Really. But,
there we go.
Yeah, I wonder if, same as we played the first game with army bonuses for a bat rep, makes it more fun. I mean, the bonuses do make it fun. They just mix it up a lot more. But I suppose what you're saying does make sense, that they shouldn't be there.
Talking to me?
Talking to everyone. I don't know what to do going forward now with the other scenarios because we've started using them.
It doesn't matter, does it? But I just think you have a chat with whoever's playing and see, okay, well, if we give Rohan the bonus, it's going to make it easier on Rohan. So is that a good thing for the scenario?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I feel like I've plunged you into
you've ruined it now, mate. Right, this live stream's over. See you later, guys. We're not coming back.
Anywho, I've got so many lovely hardback books down there. It's great.
Right.
So we're then on into Mordor, I suppose.
Yeah. So Mordor, as we touched on, which started that debate, the special rules. Again, you get the strengths and weaknesses. Again, I'm not going to go into those, all of which the key models are, which they suggest they are, because you need to buy the book to find that out. But they're pretty obvious, I think. And then you get the new profiles, which are the ones we've already seen for Gurits and Gothmog's Enforcer. Special rules wise,
yep.
Really cool. Again, really new, fresh, freshen up an army that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was always a good army anyway. Mordor's really good. It's got so many options. It's untrue, but now it's just the new rules just freshen it up and give you something else to play with. And then we've got Zagdush and Goroth, which are even newer. And what I know you've already told me that you like them. What do you like about the new ones, including Gurits and Gothmog's Enforcer?
I think they're incredibly well balanced. I think when you're looking at these four, I think Goroth is, in terms of stat line, kind of objectively the best, but he's then a chunk more points, so that kind of makes sense. But I think you could see a point for all of these. I think you've got to give it to Gurits over Gothmog's Enforcer generally. I think, but then Zagdush is great. Like 3 attacks as base for an orc is brilliant.
That's awesome.
You get a kind of Malher-esque guy. I also think the model is cool.
Yeah.
With strike, and then his rule, which there's no risk whatsoever to his rule, because when you go into the fight, you'll know if there's a risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you won't use it if you don't get an advantage, and you won't use it if you do get a disadvantage, probably. Yeah. So the idea of having a kind of strength 5, 3 attack orc running into the fray is pretty awesome. And then Goroth's just a tank.
Yeah, he is.
Attacks, fight 5.
I think his special rules are really cool. I really like his special.
Yeah, it's amazing. Did you see the mega threat?
Yeah.
Did you see the mega threat?
It was really obvious to me, but I suppose that's...
Yeah, of course it was.
That's
It's madness. It was obvious to a lot of people. So yeah, he's basically got the one ring.
Yeah.
If he's within range of an orc, he's got the one ring.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, he's
2+ to keep him alive.
He's got a 2-handed mace and he's burly. That's big. He's strength 5 anyway.
Yeah, you've got basically I mean, he's not unkillable, but a pretty unkillable 2-attack strength 5 burly orc in your army.
Defense 6.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. Fight 5, strength 5.
But then it has an impact, doesn't it? You know, he doesn't just have to roll 2+. He's got to get rid of an orc, and obviously getting rid of an orc is always better than getting rid of your hero, but it's still moving you towards your breakpoint.
Yeah.
Someone used the example of Aragorn, saying if Aragorn charged in and killed, and he does 4 wounds on him, and then Goroth chucks 4 orcs in front of him, and saves his life. How stupid that was! And I was like, if I was playing as Aragorn, I would be well chuffed with that.
Yeah.
Like Aragorn taking out 4 orcs in one go, and then probably beating Goroth again the next turn as well.
Yeah. Well, it's not stupid at all. It's a good rule. And
so I'm not for the GT.
It's not like his rule takes anything away. It's like you said. In that case, that's example you just give. You've killed 4 orcs.
Yeah.
You're not missing out on anything. It's not like you've won that fight and failed to do anything with it.
Imagine if it is Aragorn. It's a very extreme example, but then so he's got his 4 attacks. He's got 8 strikes against you, needing 4s because of Anduril. So he does 4 wounds on you. You might genuinely, if he's on 1 wound, you might rather lose your hero than 3 orcs.
Yeah. If he's on 1 wound, he's got no might left.
Yeah, if
he's done what I need
if you're near your breakpoint, it's not necessarily an obvious choice. I'm not going to be swayed to the GT. I'm sticking because obviously for one thing the models aren't out, but I reckon the models will be out before the GT. I'm going to stick with Guritz.
What date's the GT?
Something like 9th and 10th of March.
9th and 10th of March. They might get released on that weekend.
No, well I think something will, but I reckon they'll be out. I reckon they'll be out by then. But my theme is Army of the Dead again arriving at the dock, so Guritz makes more sense anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm also just like panicking about the idea of having to paint someone else up, that I don't have. So yeah, I'm sticking with Guritz, but I definitely think both of them. I'll pick them up.
Yeah.
Zugdush and Goroth, they're both really good choices. Have you got a favourite on there?
My favourite, I'm going just sheerly on aesthetics. I really like how Zagdush looks.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
really like how he looks. I like the face, and I like the pose. The thing about Goroth, Gothmog's Enforcer and Guritz, which are all cool models, they're all in Morannon armour.
Yeah.
And I just like the raggedy look of Zagdush. He's just like an old Mordor orc. I really like that. I don't think since the Plastics Mordor orc set, which was out from Day Dot, we've not had anything new in that vein. So it's nice.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's interesting. I tell you the other thing. I swear I've seen him. You know the fluff says he led the assault from the siege towers. I went looking for him, and that first thing where the ramp hits the thing and the car comes out. There's a couple of orcs, there's 2 orcs that could be him, but I swear in some trailer somewhere, I feel like there was a more obvious shot of him jumping off a siege tower, which I reckon is where they've got it from. They've seen this like a still of this guy. Jumping off and taking it, but in the film at least it's really, really quick if it is there.
Yeah.
So I reckon maybe it was an alternate take or something that they've got a shot of possibly. I couldn't see Goroth at all. I didn't recognise Goroth anywhere.
The first time I seen Goroth, I wasn't a massive fan, but the more I look at it, the more I like it.
It's the paint job.
Yeah.
It's like so many of them. It's the paint job, I reckon.
But then Zagdush looks awesome. Yeah. I think the paint job looks awesome.
Yeah. But they're right up there with all the ones that were in the Armies of the Lord of the Rings book as well, which is really cool. It's like the Rohan thing. You've got really, really good choices now.
Yeah.
Really good choices.
Yeah, they're cool.
But Guritz is awesome as well. I know he's kind of like old news because we had the rules, but the Master of Reserves rule is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's good.
You put him, he can't turn up in the wrong place. You put him on first, and then your next warband can't turn up in the wrong place either. Yeah.
Which is some scenarios that's massive because deployment you could lose almost produce the scenario on deployment.
It's less so for. It's not as crucial for recon, but in whole ground and heirlooms, that's massive.
Yeah. And then when you in them scenarios where you don't need a special rule, you've still got a 3 might, strength 5 orc.
So, yeah, he's decent hero.
Heroic march.
Yeah, heroic march just for a named hero. It's very good.
Good.
And also you get catapult.
Strike. The other two, the 2 new ones, both strike.
Yep. It's cool. What I find really exciting about this for me is a month ago, 6 weeks ago, I wouldn't have cared about any of these.
No.
And then just the way that the hobby kind of swings you sometimes. I start painting random normally, and now they're the most exciting thing I can think of.
Yeah. I go through weird phases. I mean, you've probably seen it on Facebook. I've now got a painted warband and an extra hero of Army of Dale, which I have no intention of doing anything with.
Yeah. Well, I assembled, cleaned up, and undercoated my Dale over Christmas because I was going to take them to the GT. They were like white, ready for painting. And then I was chatting to Adam actually just about it, and he said something along the lines of you should take the same army you took throwing skulls to the GT and just see what happens there. And but I haven't got him around an army. He was like, I'll paint one. So I was like, all right, and now I'm bloody up against it. But
make it so.
I'm enjoying it though.
Yeah,
it's
a good army to have. Like Mordor's a good army to have, just sort of in a box if you ever needed.
I have now completely finished a couple of the orcs. If you want to see one.
Yeah, go on.
So I haven't done his base, but let me get you up so I can check and put it in the right place. That's the finished effect. I don't know how well that's showing up, but
yeah, it looks alright.
Over the stream, thanks.
They look good.
I'm pretty pleased with them.
Yeah,
I've got 24 of them.
I found with Morannons, like there's some odd poses. And then there's some really cool ones, but as a whole, when they're all on the board, they look really good. I really like the spearman, sort of pushing the spear out with one arm.
Here, can you see these?
Yeah.
Yeah, these here are the Morannons.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're cool.
Are you on track with them?
No. I could paint the thing is, you know what derailed me? This isn't really going off topic. It's kind of on topic, but this derailed me.
Yeah.
So, because this is the other great thing that came out the same day, right? 3 Hunters.
I love them.
Yeah, they're amazing. And I had the Army of the Dead done, so I just had to paint the Rannans. And when they came out, I was like, well, I kind of got to paint them. So I think I've basically got time to either paint the Rannan army or paint the 3 Hunters. But I've got to do both for it. So
but the 3 Hunters you've got painted anyway as a fallback, haven't you?
Yeah, but do you know what the nightmare about this is? The real nightmare. Right, so the nightmare, in Toy Soldier Land. I've just painted Legolas. I did do a metal Legolas. So I've got a brand new, recently painted Legolas. So he's bottom of the list. I've just done my Paths of the Dead Aragorn conversion. So Gimli has to be first. Gimli's got to be first. Because he's the one I haven't painted. Then it goes Aragorn, because then he's got his Anduril and he's not got Torch. And then it's Legolas. And the one I really want to do, as you may know, is Legolas. Because of my silly idea.
Yeah. Have you? Is it?
I don't know. It doesn't have to be. Shall I show them?
Show it off.
I haven't really thought about it. Do you want to stream exclusive?
Yeah, an exclusive. Give
I want to see
exclusive.
I said, so there's only 2 people in the world that have seen this, you and Tom. I sent a picture of it to Tom, and he said, why the hell have you done that? And he was like, it looks good, but why? So, all right, here we go. We've got a Top Tail stream exclusive. I really like the new sculpts, but all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Legolas looks like he's standing to me, or walking forwards, and the other 2 look like they're running. So what I decided to do was, God, what's the internet going to say? This. how
It looks
well
good.
that's coming up.
I like it.
What you've got there is Heroes of the West Legolas's legs with the top half of the new 3 hunters.
And it blends in really well, that, to be fair.
Yeah.
So wait,
I think
what's
I'm
the
pretty
top
pleased
half?
with it.
Remind me, Heroes of the West, Legolas. What's the top half doing?
Well, he's not up to much now. I don't know if this is useful. He looks like that.
Ah, yeah, I know which one it
He's
is.
the one like pointing his sword down and holding the bow.
Yeah. It's the one that looked like he's,
So
like
he's now,
tiptoeing across the grass, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've never really liked that model, so I wasn't planning on doing it with anything. But suddenly his legs are running forward like the other one.
Yeah.
So
And the scale's right as well.
Yeah, the scale is right. Yeah,
It does look good. I
So
like
if you are mad enough to do it, the new one, the plastic one conversion is really easy because all that stuff there is just one. Once you get it together, it's one piece, and you just have to cut off. You have to make one cut to remove a leg through a really thin bit of plastic. So the damage to the plastic one was minimal. The damage to the Heroes of the West Legolas was devastating.
So are you not now going to put that top half on the plastic legs? Be an absolute hero.
You're like John Merrick, Legolas or something. But I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks cool.
It does
But
look
then
good.
this is
I
what I
like
mean.
it. I said it to you when you showed me that, I might, without realising I'm doing it, I might steal the idea.
Without what? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I've accidentally nicked. But he's now. That's the model I want to paint.
Yeah.
This is my problem. That's the one I want to paint up. This is hands down the least important model in my entire army to paint.
That's what happens. It's
So,
addictive, mate. It's addictive.
I wonder what the kiddies think. Should we have a look?
I think we've missed out on quite a bit. So,
All right. Well, do you want to catch up?
let's have a look. Where were we up to?
We've got.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about scenarios.
Blackgate opens is really good. It's quite funny and I like it. Won't play it myself. Mind. That's from Josh O'Brien. I can't face painting all the orcs. I feel your pain there, Josh. Glyn Seymour says incoming cheese with Gothmog, such a scary list. What was the second question about narrative scenarios, Steve?
I think we've already gone past this, mate.
Yeah, it was about whether the army special rules come into play in narrative scenarios.
We've done
all this,
already.
yeah. I'm
Osby,
repeating myself.
thanks for giving up the time to make this for us. It's a great way to finish the weekend. Oh, that's very lovely to say. I loved everything about the new supplement. I only hope for a little something for these things. I reckon give it time.
Yeah.
I think there could be some sort of Eastern supplement at some point.
Yeah. Well,
Just what I think should get them.
They said, "Oh, next we'll be going east." And oh no, we meant west. Oh no, we meant east.
Yeah, he said it was a genuine mistake and he meant west.
Yeah, that could be a fib.
Didn't see well the +1 to wound against men being buffed to 12-inch Gothmog is cheap. That's for a legion.
Yeah.
Blackgate opens is Josh's favourite legion. Leon wants to take Mordor to an upcoming event. 600 points. Which hero would you take? Do you think Gothmog's legendary legion would be a good idea? Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Like right now, I would take Gothmog's legion.
Yeah.
Not because it's the most. You don't say that you're going to. So yeah, I would go Gothmog's legion. I'll take Gothmog. Get that off the panel of the box set if you haven't got it. You get loads of plastic Moranans. You get your troll. Stick one of those in. Good old catapult. And then get that big buff. And if you're playing good v evil, there's ever better chance that you're going to face men.
Yeah. Where your special rule really does come into play. And stings a little bit. Matthew Doran says, Goroth is why I'm glad I kept my Moranans. Yeah. It's a good hero. Dave Murphy says, that thread about Goroth was ridiculous. Yes, it was.
It was.
What was the nature of it? You don't want to know, Matthew, honestly.
Yeah, gloss over that.
Someone intentionally missing. Yeah, just going over that. Let's not go there. Leon, I think Gerritz is brilliant for Mordor in match play, as reinforcement roles can be a big deal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where are we? My chat keeps jumping when I try and go.
Vince Seymour says then the weekender, 2 weeks after GT. Get your tickets now. No idea what he's talking about.
Good man.
Kun Duggan is doing the same theme. There's me, I think that is for the GT, which is cool. I think a lot of people will be. I think it's a fairly obvious theme with the new book, to be honest. Tells Miller has to go to bed because he's up at silly o'clock. We'll catch up. Lovely to have you. Probably gone there.
Sleep well, Tells Miller.
Man Norks have been Josh's favourite shill for ages. Oh, it's Dan G. Ross, is it? He said, "Oh, this is about Leggy." He says, "Nicely done." I agree. 3 hunters Leggy look less in a rush than the others. Cool. That's good. Josh says those 3 hunters are great. Gimli's my favourite. He's perfect. Legolas from that set is one of the only 2 I actually like. There are better Aragorns. I'd like to see that reverse. Alpha Angle says, "I'd like to see that reverse Legolas."
Yeah, I think that's a challenge.
That's the one of the bits left over.
Before you do any of the others.
Could you say that Dan Gross? Could you say that 3 heroes Legolas is actually Legolas?
Oh, they don't get much better than that. They don't.
Jay is still in the chat and is telling people about it. Matthew Doris says, "I like that Legos conversion. Very cool idea. Thank you." And then Reese Taylor, completely out of left field, says, "How effective is a Hobbit army with Tom Bombadil?" I think that's for the Shire at War supplement review video.
Tom Bombadil.
Hobbits are very good.
He's changed, hasn't he, Tom Bombadil? Without going too far off topic, but yeah, it's. I don't think he's the kind of character that you want.
He's still good. He's not as good as he was. He would probably be of relatively limited use in a Hobbit army, off the top of my head, because he's really good at keeping big heroes alive. And you don't have the big heroes. Top Table Gaming checked out Element Games and noticed I didn't see 3 Hunters dice or the accessories pack.
Yeah, the direct only, the dice and the accessories pack, as Jay has just said. They are in store though, Glenn.
Yeah.
3 sets, check you out.
Yeah, one of them's for Tom.
Tom.
Tom. They are lovely.
I know Tom's not in the chat tonight, Damian. What's going on?
I don't know. Are you surprised he's not in the chat? He's barely in the Palantir. Come on. So I reckon one of these bad boys, sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm really loving the fact that we're getting all these new dice. I'm really loving
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself with these ones. I didn't get the Gandalf ones because I'm not particularly yay Gondor or anything. Yeah. But as soon as these came out, given the army I was doing, I was like, I've got to get them.
Yeah, and the objective coin thing's good as well.
Yeah, so I picked up the accessories pack as well.
Yeah.
Got one of these, which is lovely.
There's a lot of status tokens on them pullouts, isn't there? A lot.
They're cool.
So
do you know what? What do you know what these are for?
What? The rings.
6 rings.
And Gollum.
And on the other side, 6 golems, 5 of which are in the same pose, of which isn't.
No.
What are they?
We noticed the golem.
It's 5 sad golems and 1 happy golem.
Yeah, we noticed it on Saturday. We didn't notice the different golem poses. I'm learning something new, to be honest. But we were wondering what they were for. They must be for.
So the only thing I can think, I thought heirlooms, right? 6 objectives. One of them's the real prize, but you don't know which one's the real prize.
No. Yeah, because that's the point.
I could see you putting 6 rings on around the board. I could see that, but then as soon as you turn them over, I guess you could. Well, you could leave a sad golem on the table.
You've got the scenario pack there. Just a card for heirlooms. Say anything different about placing them. Does it say to use them?
No.
Not to state the obvious or anything.
Well, you think heirlooms now says place your golem counters somewhere? But the point, what my point is, if you turn one over and you didn't roll the 6, but then you turn the counter over and it was the happy golem, you didn't have to move it to one of the other ones. Do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe you don't roll for it anymore. Maybe it is just you flip it.
I like that these now come in a box.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Little slipcase. Okay, here we go. To place the objectives, both players roll d6. The player with the highest player score places one of the golem counters anywhere on the battlefield.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
It obviously doesn't say that.
Thank you.
Obviously doesn't say that. Of course it doesn't say that. Places one objective anywhere on the battlefield, 6 inches away. No, that's exactly the same. And then uncovering them. Only one of the objectives is actually the relic. The first time, roll a d6. If the rolls 1 to 5, it's not there. Remove the objective from play.
So it's not that then.
So it's not like you leave a sad golem on there. But, 6 objectives with one of them being happy feels like heirlooms to me.
What is there any other scenarios with 6 objectives in it?
I think so. I bet they're all screaming the correct answer in the chat.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I bought talking about dice. Are those the objectives?
They're talking about heirlooms. Matt Dorham's saying heirlooms. He's saying the same thing. Sure, heirlooms. Whichever one is real, you carry on using that token ring face up.
But why would you need the sad ones? Because you discard them, don't you?
A fix roll, then flip over to golem. I don't know. Joe Holzman, there are 6. Matthew Doris just said we aren't in relation to. They've given us the correct answer. 6.
Anyway,
6 tiers of potential ring bearer.
Doesn't baffle us.
It's cool stuff though. Lovely, cool new toys.
I like stuff like that. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's the extra kind of content that makes you show the game is being supported. I think. Like things like dice and counters and all that.
Yeah. Mike Haskell says, isn't turning happy golem over the same as rolling 6? Yeah, that's what we thought, but when you look at the scenario card which comes with that pack, it still says do it the old way by rolling a dice. So you don't need to flip it to see if they're making sense. It's Sunday and I'm tired.
There are 6 steps on the ring hierarchy.
Right.
One is number 6. But they're not numbered. They're not numbered 1 to 6.
No.
I don't know. Ask Alexa or Siri. Shall I ask my watch? Hey Siri. What are the 6 golem objectives for in the new General's accessory pack?
Serial
search for objectives for in the new General's accessory pack on your iPhone.
Searching for it on my phone. Can't find anything on the web.
No.
Sorry.
Anyway,
guys.
moving onward.
We did skip some comments, by the way, on this because we came over.
Let's have a look. Daniel Crow, great name. We're probably related. In the last live stream, Adam Trope forgot what they were for. Ben Bailey designed them and apparently had great fun doing it. Maybe only he knows their true purpose. Don't know what they could be for.
Sorry, Tony. Reece Taylor says, I want some Easterling dice. South Angle, I like the feel of those dice. They have nice edges. Matthew Doran, I bought the Rohan dice. They looked amazing. They only seem to roll horses or ones. So it's either going to be amazing or or nothing works at all. And then we're up to date and we're caught up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Their true purpose was lost. I think they are for a scenario for battle companies. Right, okay.
Oh, maybe.
Possibly.
Right. I love that the best one's on there for the Nazgul. That's an awesome addition.
Yeah, it is.
Put them on there.
It is.
Really good.
Right, let's move on to the Serpent Horde, Damian. Time is running away with
us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really. Army bonus we know about. Strengths, weaknesses. New profiles. I don't think I expected one for Serpent Hordes, but I didn't.
Well, he's a GW invention again, isn't he? So it's not like you would know he could be coming.
Do you think we're going to
see he's still a Down's bodyguard
for Raza?
I hope so.
There's nothing. There's no spoilers in the book or anything. That's the thing, isn't it?
There's a relatively small number of profiles, right, that are missing. So it's relatively doable. I think expecting models for single heroes is quite likely. Expecting new plastic Royal Guard isn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you've got Delgamere, you've got Raza, they're all out. Herald of the Dead. There's five more profiles in the book that don't have models that we've seen. So I think that's quite achievable.
The Umbar one, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that the Umbar one?
Yeah, 2 Rohan, 1 Army of the Dead, 1 Serpent Horde, and 1 Umbar.
There's 3 Rohan.
Yeah, because we've seen them.
Ah, you mean that we've seen, right, okay.
Yeah, so there's 5 profiles that we haven't seen a model for.
Yeah.
So yeah, Raza, he's like a bodyguard, isn't he? He's a bodyguard for Siladan.
Yeah.
75 points, 3 attacks, pretty decent.
He gets a buff only if he gets into combat with a certain hero that he writes down at the beginning of the game.
That's quite it's quite a cool different rule, isn't it? You pick someone at the start and then kind of he gets +2 fight. It's a nice little profile.
+2 fight becomes fight 6. So if you could sort of have him to try and ninja like enemy leaders and stuff, which is good because he can then strike up.
He's got a heroic challenge, so I wonder if there's meant to be a combo there. You kind of pick someone. He's a hero of fortitude, so you pick a fortitude or higher hero, maybe a fight 5 one, so that when he gets into combat with him, he's then fight 6, and he. Oh, what if that? Because then he wouldn't have to strike.
Yeah.
You know, that's the downside of challenge. There might be something in that against the hero of fortitude who's out of might or can't strike, but has a higher fight value. You can go in, challenge him, and then get the bonus.
Yeah.
Possibly. He's alright. He doesn't do a lot for me personally. Just
no, it's going to be quite. It's probably going to be quite rare that his special will come into play, I think. But it's cool. It's a cool little addition.
Have you got hard stuff?
Yeah, I've got everything. I know, it's
like painted, I meant. Like.
2 Mummoks and crew, and the new Mummok war leader dude. The war leader's only part.
I think they're good. Like a Harad battle line with the Betrayer in the new edition is grim.
I really like Harad. I'm going to be getting Suladan and the Golden King painted up for me fairly soon.
Cool.
Which is nice. I need to get all this stuff painted just to use in battle reports, not using the same armies over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. So yeah, there's not loads to talk about with the Serpent Horde, but we have got. Oops, I might be in trouble here. Daniel's saying, "Well, my daddy's called Steve. Probably a different guy, though. Probably."
Well, I don't know. There's some stories about Steve. Daniel, how old are you, mate? Where were you in the? Where was your mum in the mid-50s?
Don't say that.
That's when Steve was young.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's have a look. Dun 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 dun. Gwyndogan says, general GW tends to not release rules for profiles that won't get a model. Hey?
It's about whether or not we'll see them.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because there's loads of stuff that we've not got models for, but anyway, I won't argue with you.
Oh, Daniel Crow's 26. It's all very possible.
Ooh. He's just a little bit too old, unless yeah. Could have been that school disco at that time. Dave Shearer says, between Raza and Hasher in the Serpent Horde are some decent hero killers. Raza gets another boost in a scenario as well to target 2 heroes. Alright. What, is that in one of the narrative scenarios? I'm not seeing that. Must be. Anyway, should we move on to Harrod?
Holzman also said, in the unlikely event you have all 6 ring bearers in play, Happy Gollum is the actual bearer and Sad Gollum signifies having the ring but not being able to use it.
It could happen. The
Big Goblin actually said this for scenario 4 of Battle Companies. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Steve, you're 69. Oh, and the rest.
I'm getting worried, says Daniel. Maybe we should go on Jeremy Kyle and sort this out like proper Northern lads. I can't go on Jeremy Kyle. I've still got all my teeth, look.
I would watch it, man. Live stream.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Okay, so we're going to move quickly on to Far Harrod. Again, this is going to be one that we kind of breeze over-ish.
There's awesome photos. Have you noticed that? Like, just coming onto that page, the artwork in this is great to see. Like new photos being taken. This is real cool. Tons of great photos of mimics in this book, like in front of battle lines and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's awesome. The war leader. If you want to see what he does, the first game of Throne of Skulls, I played against him, Daniel Antwistle, on the Warhammer TV Twitch stream.
Yeah.
So you can go and watch it. I'd never played him before, and he's amazing.
I really, really like the model. I really like it.
It's cool. It's well cool.
He just looks beefy, doesn't he? He's got his special rule is he gets to call heroic moves for free. Is it?
No, he cancels yours.
He cancels it.
So on the first time an enemy model declares a heroic move every turn, you roll a dice, and on a 4+ it cancels it.
So 50%.
But you still spend the might.
50% of the time.
Yeah, 50% of the time it works every time. So what it means is that 50% of the time you have to use 2 might points from 2 different heroes to have a chance against the mimic.
Yeah.
Because what will happen? So, like best case scenario for the opposing player, he rolls a 1, 2, or 3. Nothing happens. The mimic then calls a heroic move as normal, right? But what can happen is he rolls a 4+, and then a different hero, because the same hero can't do it, has to call a heroic move, and then you have the roll off again.
Yeah.
And like pretty much, you've only got a 25% chance of successfully getting a heroic move against him.
Yeah. Which
is fairly grim. Yeah. But it's worse against. I played him with the Army of Dead, so I only had Aragorn. He was my only thing with might. So if he got it, I couldn't call another move, and he trampled.
Yeah.
Whereas most games, when you know you're playing him, you'll just have to make sure there's 2 heroes that can tag him. So if he gets the 4+, the other one can call the heroic.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Grima. If he rolls a 4+, it costs you 2 points of might just to call the heroic move. He'll then call one of his own, and then you get another 50-50. It's a brilliant rule.
Oh yeah, it is cool. And when you've got the war leader, the mimic gets all the buffs for free, right?
Yeah, well, he doesn't get all of them. He doesn't get he doesn't get rocks.
Right.
He gets gnarled hide, sigils of defiance, and tusk weapons. So he's got the 4 dice on the attack, and it's tougher, which are the big ones. And it's fight 5 as well. It's fight 5 mimic.
Yeah, and he's got all the aggressive heroics, and he's got march.
Really good. March on a trample.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
He's very, very good.
Let's have a look. Quinn Duggan, that rule was fairly recently adopted by W, so it explains all. Right, okay. Daniel says, I've got all my teeth too, strong dentistry must be in the genes. I thought Damian was actually
uncle or older brother.
To be honest, I thought Damian was either GBHL James or Jamie's uncle or older brother. Hashtag older brother vibe.
Yeah. I was the old one until Steve joined them.
Daniel says, I don't even play this Lord of the Ring, Lord of Hobbits thing or whatever it is, just tuned in to find my real dad. Sorry to disappoint you, Daniel, man.
Yeah, I'd tune out. Keep looking, mate. Other crows are available. I can hear somewhere Jay trying to pull out the internet, from top table. It's all gone south.
Oh dear.
So that moves on to the final one, right?
Corsairs of Umbar, yeah. What do you think?
Frankly, really, I couldn't care less about them. They've just never done anything for me.
I quite like the idea of them, but yeah, they're not like top on my list or anywhere near top on my list of things. I've got a Corsair army being painted at the moment, just because you don't really see them online in battle reports and stuff.
Yeah. I think more and more, I've really found myself motivated by recreating stuff that's in the films, and they're in it for such a short space of time that I'm not tempted to do them.
Yeah.
But he's quite cool. We've got a kind of standard captain hero who's then got
Got a whip.
Corsair warriors within 3 inches can reroll a single dice during a duel roll. So he's a banner.
He's a banner, yeah.
But if they make the reroll and fail to win, they take a strength for 2 hit.
Yeah.
It's grim.
Corsairs can't normally take a banner, right?
Let's find out. That's a really, really. I mean,
It's an odd rule, isn't it?
Corsair of Umbar, they can't take a banner, no.
No.
And they're defense 3, so that hit will kill them on 5s.
Yeah.
But the bosun, a Corsair bosun, is a banner. See, that's weird. So a normal bosun is a 3-inch banner. Just a 3-inch banner, whereas this is a banner that will kill you.
And what's the stat line for a normal bosun?
Normal captain sort of stuff. He's only got 1/1 for his heroics and fight 4.
So he's fight 5.
This guy's got higher fight.
3 attacks.
I mean, the thing is, you don't have to use it, do you? I suppose that would be your.
He's got 3 attacks, 3 might. He's got a whip and he's got throwing daggers. I think, yeah.
But you'll get 2 strikes as well, because if you lose the if you lose the fight,
you get hit.
Your opponent strikes you, and then you get hit for that as well.
It's like your opponent's getting a free strength to crack at you as well.
It's quite in keeping with the kind of Corsair Reaver Rampage rule, almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're a kind of fun, dangerous army. Crazy pirates, that sort of stuff.
Quinn says Corsairs get a banner with Black Numenoreans.
Oh, what? Because they can include Black Numenoreans in the list. Yeah, I don't know. If you're taking, I reckon most people, if you're taking the kind of thematic named pirate heroes, you're not taking Black Numenoreans, are you?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Hashtag are you my real dad? Okay. So I think we've covered everyone's the different factions in the book, the new editions,
Yeah.
new rules and things, which has been cool.
Dare I ask, Steve, favourite new profile?
Ooh.
So favourite profile in the book. So it can be one of the ones that was already out.
Favourite new profile for me, yeah. I really probably it's either going to be Hurin or the fat orc. What's it called?
Goroth.
Yeah.
Fat orc. Careful, pickle. I'm going to go, if you're going with 2, I think I'm going to go for Dernhelm or the Warmammock, I reckon, for me.
Yeah.
They're cool things.
Oh. And I think they're all, I'm really happy with all of them, to be fair. I'm really happy with all of them. Even like a Corsair one, it's just nice to have something new.
Yeah. They're all, I mean, that's the great thing. They're all really cool things.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve's voice has gone all spacey.
Is it still all spacey now? I don't know why it's not all spacey, not anything. I think we'll tell us the special thing. Should we do the announcement pre-talking about Legendary Legions then, to keep people happy?
So are we doing Legions? Are we on for Legions?
Yeah, we'll still do Legions.
Still do Legions, alright?
We can whiz through them, can't we? We don't have to...
Yeah, absolutely. Save the special thing though. Look how excited they are for the special thing.
Yeah, they want the special thing.
Keep the special thing.
How disappointed they're all going to be.
Yeah. The special thing is anyone out there who's watched this stream can win this space.
A pre-dated slotter.
Legendary Legions.
Do you want to give a bit of an overview of what they are?
Yeah, so they are thematic army lists. They can't ally. You get told exactly what you can put in them with options. So the war gear thing's particularly interesting. People, you might not have every option available to you that you normally would because it'll be extra thematic. And yeah, that's about it really. They're just a way of getting themey.
Yeah.
So, was Gondor army your Faramir, Madril, Damrod with Rangers, and then the Osgiliath force. So he also gets captains and warriors, Minas Tirith, and Frodo, Sam, and Smeagol.
Yeah.
Which is very cool.
It is really cool.
Up your street.
Really thematic. What's people? I froze up for a bit there. Yeah, I'm alright now. I'm sorry. Sorry, what was you saying then?
Do you like it? It's up your street.
I really like it. I mean, I'm a fan of Gondor anyway. And Rangers, having a Rangers of Ithilien army option is something that I don't think you would have fielded normally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You could, because 100%
a bigger hero in than just either, I know, what do you call it in there? Faramir, but he's like a mid-range hero, isn't
he? Yeah, so he is as well. He's Valor, Madril's Fortitude, and Damrod is Minor. So that's 33. You can have 33 Rangers.
Yeah. It is cool.
So,
I mean, you can have captains in there.
Yeah, but to get the 100% bow limit, I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's only Rangers in their warbands.
Yeah. So 33 shots a turn. It's a lot.
Yeah, plus the heroes.
Yeah. Madril's a hero that I've always liked. 3 might with a bow. It's cool. His special rules awesome.
Yeah.
Additional rules. Rangers of Ithilien Force must always include Faramir, Captain of Gondor, so he's always got to be in there. Which makes complete sense. He's always got to be the leader. Samwise can only be included in your force if Frodo Baggins is included. Again, makes sense. Smeagol may only be included if both Frodo and Sam are included. And Frodo, Sam and Smeagol may not lead warrior models in his force. Pretty what you'd expect.
Yeah. If you wanted to go the competitive route on this,
yeah.
So you want to take as many Rangers as you can with those 3 heroes to get the bow limit, it's 462 points.
462.
So that's your 3 Ranger heroes and 33 Rangers. So up maybe at 400 points, you drop a few, and you what? You probably drop down one, don't you? Minus 25, minus he'd have 6, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That's 383. Yeah, so somewhere around there. And after that, after 462 points, you have to start adding in other stuff.
A warrior Minas Tirith with a war horn.
Maybe, or a banner.
You're pretty much.
But yeah, they're cool. They are very thematic.
Special rules. Do you want to cover them?
Yep. So we have the Rangers in the 3 Ranger captains. Warbands don't count towards the bow limit. Frodo, Sam, Smeagol must be deployed as 1 warband or as part of Faramir's warband. And all the Rangers have woodland creature.
Yeah. Really cool, really thematic, and I think they'd be quite fun to play. It depends. I suppose if you went with the 33 pish, if you went with the shooting army, maybe not so fun for your opponent, but fun to see on the board, definitely.
Absolutely. I think they'll be good. I think you'll see them a lot. I think that was one of the ones people wanted.
Yeah. The low defense though, so if you come up against another shooty army, you're in trouble, aren't you?
I think
with a siege engine.
I think at those kind of points, you're going to struggle to come up against a shooty army that gives you trouble.
Yeah, true. At 400, I suppose. Yeah.
Who knows? Next,
Grey Company. One of the armies that I've always admired and wished it was better than it actually was in game pre this. You've got army composition: Aragorn, Halbrand, Legolas, Gimli, Elladan and Elrohir, Ranger of the North.
It's all hero.
All hero. Really good.
It's all deployed as a single warband.
Always has to include Aragorn, who is always going to be leader. Yep, single warband.
All models from this army list gain the Woodland Creature special rule. Makes complete sense. Rangers of the North may benefit from the Standfast of Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Halbrand, or the other heroes. Additionally, Rangers of the North increase their attacks value to 2 while they have the infantry keywords, or 2 attack.
So that's the normal Rangers bonus.
Yeah, it's good. And
And
the
for Andrew,
Sildor rule is a cool one. Aragorn does not have to pay any points for Andrew Flame of the West. He automatically gets its upgrade for free.
so but essentially what that means is it's not an army bonus. It's 40 points extra in your army. Is how that works out.
Yeah.
But the slight I've seen criticism of it is that they're all on foot. They can't be mounted.
Yeah.
Which is obviously because it's when they arrive at the Pelennor. It's when they jump off the ships. In the book.
Yeah.
When they're on foot, not when they're riding to the paths of the dead.
You think it's viable, this list?
I definitely think it's viable, yeah. I mean, it's not as viable as if they're mounted, but yeah, all hero, they're grim heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a buff with the 2 attacks for the Rangers and 3 Andrew. I don't think it's top tier, but
no. It's expensive, isn't it? If you put all the heroes in straight off the bat. What's that one?
yeah. Well, if you want all the decent ones, because the banner will give them fearless, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But you're 260, 360, 460, 160. It's about 650 for the 3 hunters, Halbrand, Neldan, Melrah.
Would you definitely go all 3 hunters? I was looking at it and I was thinking Aragorn, Halbrand, and twins.
Yeah, there'll be ways of making it better, definitely.
Yeah. We like that. Should we have a look?
People wanted the Grey Company.
See what people are saying. I really like the Herald. Oh, base. Dave says the base we wants it. Matthew Doran wants to confirm, was it a slaughter?
It was a slaughter base, yeah.
Yeah.
Still is, actually.
Rick Taylor says, nice proto model, Damian, hold by win. How do I enter the
I'll tell you what, who was it that was asking about the slot? Was it Matt?
Matthew Doran.
If you win, Matt, you can have whichever you want. I've got one that's not a slot. Just the kind of guy I am.
Dan G. Ross says, is the special announcement that Steve has recovered some shields for Esmeraldas? No, they're still on the deck. What was the Middle-earth surprise for getting the book via the affiliate link? Middle-earth surprise. Oh, was this the prize, Quinn, on the top table? Jay, what was it, if you're still in? I can't remember. I think it was to win the dice, I want to say. Glenn says, can you get 3 hunters plus the twins for 550?
We'll find out.
160, 260, 360, 460, 520.
You can get 520. Oh, there you go. And then you would give Aragorn armour, Legolas armour. So that's 530. Armour for both is 540. And then probably bows, I guess, for the twins.
Give Aragorn a bow.
Yeah, so you can give.
Worth a shot.
But then you've got 5 spare points. But yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
So 540 gets you the 3 hunters with armour and the twins in armour. And then you've got 10 points.
Yeah.
You can either give the 2... You could take an elf cloak, but they're not as good anymore. You can either give the twins bows or give Aragorn a bow. There you go. Is that for an upcoming event, maybe?
I really like that list. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All hero.
The thing is, as soon as you... I think this is why... I don't want to go back to Throne of Skulls, but in Throne of Skulls, obviously...
That one you won?
The only reason... Yeah, indeed. The only reason I won that wasn't because of winning the games. It was because of the the way the tournament works. Yeah, you need best game votes, and even though it's an army that clearly is very good, because Aragorn's on foot, people don't mind playing against it. It doesn't feel unfair.
Yeah.
You don't have your all mounted heroes running through your army and just and murdering you in heroic combat, which is dull to play against.
Yeah.
So I think this sort of thing, Grey Company, could be very, very good, but I don't think people will mind playing it.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll, if Aragorn charges 2 guys and he decides with 3 attacks and he heroic combats and he kills them both into another guy, that's quite fun.
Yeah.
Whereas if all your army charges 2 and they all heroic combat and they all go and hit another 2 and you've lost half your army in one turn,
it's
not so much fun.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same reason people don't mind Thorin's Company and Champions Variable. You know, all foot, all infantry, all hero armies can be good, but also fun to play against.
Yeah. I think that these pretty much all of these legendary legions sort of tick that box anyway, don't they? They're the kind of lists that if you come up against, you're gonna have fun playing them, even if you're getting beat. You can't turn around and go, oh, that was beardy, or he played it this way or that way, because I don't think that.
I definitely think
you do it. You know, there's none of them horrible combos or anything like that in there. You can't do it.
I think you're going to see a lot of these at the GT.
Yeah. Now, if we move on to the next one, this is your GT list, right?
So the Return of the King.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on the forums. Get the Army of the Dead together. It's awesome.
This is your forte, your expertise on this, mate.
So you've got to include Aragorn, and you have to include the King of the Dead. Aragorn's up, and Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli can lead warriors. King of the Dead gets the Harbinger of Evil special rule, which is the same as the standard Dead rule. And spirit models, just spirit models, count as being in range of a banner if Aragorn's within 6 inches. So, if you're in any way thinking thematically, you have to take the Return of the King list because it's awesome.
Yeah.
You get the 3 hunters. It's amazing. If you were simply, as what this does for you, is gives you 65 points worth of free stuff. You get a free Anduril for 40 points, and you get a free banner, which costs you 25 points.
Yeah.
And it's a better banner as well because it's 6 inches.
6 inches is massive, yeah.
65 points compared to. And this is a big but. There's a couple of them. Aragorn can't take. Our leader is only ever defense 5, can't be defense 6, and the banner won't affect Aragorn. So that's your kind of toss up. And for me, it's not really a toss up. It has to be the Return of the King. But those are your flip sides.
Yeah, it's the one that everyone was crying about.
Yeah.
The 3 hunters, and it's cool. I really like it. And as far as performance-wise, you've done all right with it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it with the Legion, but they were good. They were good with Aragorn, and now I think what you're doing, as I said, you've saved 65 points, right?
Yeah.
So what you're doing, I think, every day of the week is you are paying Legolas with armor is 105, so you pay 40 points for Legolas. Essentially, is the difference between these.
Right. Yeah. Which is a no-brainer, isn't it?
You drop 3 warriors and you get Legolas in your army.
Yeah.
And then suddenly that army that was already good has got a way of killing banners, it's got a way of wounding leaders and killing horses.
Yeah.
So I think that's very effective. So I think competitively, Return of the King with Aragorn, Legolas and the King of the Dead, and then warriors is great.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a go. We'll probably do a battle report with it in thematic Corsairs once they're ready. I'm keen to give that a go. I really like it. And obviously,
I'll stress I'm not doing that for the GT. I'm doing all 3 of them for the GT.
Yeah.
I don't care about it being. I still think it'll be a pretty decent list, but you've got to have all 3 of them really if you're going for the theme. I don't think Gimli brings an awful lot to the list that it needs. I don't think he. My experience with that.
I know what you mean.
He's good. He's obviously good, but with that with that army, like Aragorn with the warriors, I never felt like I needed a kind of another tank, you know.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Legolas.
I know what you mean. So have we got any comments on
Oh, you're all
Return to the
spacey.
king list. Let's have a look.
Notice that there's no one's commented anything for a while. Are you all still there?
Got 38 viewers apparently. Have you got the YouTube page up in front of you?
Yeah. No one's commented anything for a while. Everybody still there?
Yeah, people are still there.
Have we got any?
Oh. Still people there. I don't know if the chat's gone a bit doolally.
I'm still here. Maybe everyone's just gone to bed, man. Still here, just building pounds on the theatre. Yeah, we all left. Oh, they're all there. They're fine. It's fine. We're all good. We're all good.
We're cooking. Okay.
Yeah, we're cooking. So, I reckon it could be the best one in there. Return of the King, I think.
Yeah. I think what's happened, the chat on the thing has just paused, has froze a little bit, but if you go onto YouTube, you can still see the chat.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Listening. Still painting. I'm painting. Yeah. we all died, sorry. Alright, as long as you're still there.
Let's
Cool.
Right. So where are we on to?
The Riders of Theoden.
There we go. I need to do a little bit of page admin to try and get this to catch up. I'll let you lead, mate.
Okay, sure. So the Rise of Theoden, fairly obviously, it's Royal Guard and Warriors of Rohan with the heroes from the Pelennor. So the Theoden, Aemma, Dernhelm, Dalewain, Gamling, and Elfhelm. The rules are you have to include Theoden, and he's always the leader. Dernhelm of Elfhelm's Dwarven, and he'll count as an independent hero. She will, sorry. And then the special rules are friendly Rohan cavalry models gain +1 strength, so that's the normal Rohan. And the game, so long as Theoden's alive, you can say that he's using this ability. Every friendly Rohan hero within 12 inches can declare a free heroic combat. That is. So, but yeah, there you go. It's pretty cool. It's a cool list. It's basically the same as the one from the Armies of the Lord of the Rings book, which people have been using. But you get the free heroic combat bonus, and it's pretty much a free heroic combat bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. There's not going to be a lot of times where you want them all to do a free strike once in the game.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it could be absolutely grim. I think Rohan were already doing all right in this edition, and now you just have that front wall of heroes that all cause a free heroic combat.
Well, you know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of that list that's all captains or all heroes.
Yeah. Imagine that.
They all charge in, all call a heroic combat, kill everything they're in combat with. Get the bonuses. Oh, it hurt that. +1 strength on a turn they charge. That's insane. You've gone fair. I don't know. Can you hear me? All right, you've gone very jumpy.
No, I'm jumpy. Did you say?
Yeah.
You sound jumpy to me. I wonder if this is the time that my internet packs up again. Maybe we'll have to get used to this. But no, there's been no comment. There's been no comments. Nothing in the chat saying that anything's going weird. So maybe we're all right. You know what's interesting about this? You see the debate. This Legion, the 100% bow limit rule, leading people to say, does it have God? And it's a mistake.
Do you think it is a mistake?
Yeah. I think the was you take 2/3 Royal Guard. I don't think that's the point of this at all.
No.
So yeah, I reckon it's a mistake personally.
Yeah.
If you know, we wouldn't have a tournament because you would have. But if we were going to play a friendly game, I would absolutely say you'd be able to use that normal.
I'm really losing you now. Like, I can't hear what you're saying. Let me try something. I'm going to turn Google Hangout off, so you'll disappear off YouTube, and then I'm going to re-invite you. Did you get that? So let me try that.
Saying Damian's really jumpy. It is. It's me. It's happening. Happening again.
I'm going to cut you off and then reattach you. Okay?
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
Let's have a look. Do apologise,
My
people.
internet just 2 hours.
Just bear with me a second, guys,
It's a router out.
and I'm going to reattach Damian. I'm going to try to anyway. Alright, let's get that open. We got to this stage. We got to this stage last time about 2 hours in, and Damian's internet became an issue. I'm not sure why. But I'm going to try my damnedest to fix it. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves in the chat while I do this. Do. My video might go off as well for a second, but don't worry about it. Awesome viewing, guys. You'd think we'd just get together in the same room, wouldn't you, and do it the easy way. It's a nightmare technology, isn't it?
Mm.
You've gone dead small on my screen now.
We're there, are we?
It will be in a second. Window
Yeah,
capture.
you were back, says Joshua Bryant. Hopefully less jumpy.
Window capture unlock. What, can people see us
Okay.
now?
Well, Josh Bryant says, yeah, we're back.
Oh, there.
About four or five of them thought the good fight had stayed.
Yeah, the fighting the good fight.
Yeah, you are alive. See, they're still there, they hang on.
See, I
Can
fixed
we
it. I
rewind
fixed
and
it in
talk
the
about
end.
Rohan?
We lost 30 viewers, but I fixed it in the end.
That's it, isn't it? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Yeah. They're gone like that.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It always seems to happen when we get to that 2-hour mark. It happened last time. 2 angles of Steve, not that we're complaining. Hey, man. It's free as well. I don't even charge for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it.
Don't even charge. Oh, they're coming back in. The viewers are going back up. I think what I'll do...
Glad it's me. It was me, mate.
I'm going to go and
I was
post...
commenting on the thread.
I'm going to go and post... I'll post in a couple of the groups, David, just let people know we're back on. If you want to go through the next one and then you take the comments and
do you mind? Did we get Rohan? Did we say Rohan was really good? Did we get that?
Yeah, we got that.
Let's wait for someone's comment. I think we got that.
Yeah.
We did a lot of Rohan stuff and said they are really, really good. They're a great replacement for not a lot of loss compared to the normal army.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see a lot of them about. And I think, we were talking about the bow limit and whether the bow limit thing was a mistake when you're meant to take 2/3, and it looks like an omission to me. I think I could be wrong, but I don't think you're meant to take 2/3 of that army as Royal Guard. And the one thing I noticed, I think that's what I was looking up when my stream went to hell. But the 100% bow limit bit isn't the army bonus for Rohan; it's army special rules. So I wonder if the army bonuses were copied and pasted over into the new ones, or something, and these special rules weren't. Perhaps maybe it's not. Maybe it's fully intentional. But if you look at that picture on there, it's full of Riders of Rohan. It's not full of Royal Guard. Yeah. So I suspect that they said most of what I said about Rohan was not audible. It's basically just that. It's the named heroes from the Pelennor, Royal Guard, and Rohan, Warriors of Rohan. Riders of Rohan even. They get the normal army bonus. They then has to be the leader, and all the heroes once a game can call a free hero combat.
Yeah,
which is really, really, really good. I think Riders are the third and an ace. I think they're really great.
Yeah, they're cool. They are cool. And I'm just.
I do wonder if all hero mounted Rohan now more than ever is absolutely devastating. You just imagine that first turn where you get all your heroes hitting them and you get a free heroic combat of all of them.
That's going to be crazy. You're
gonna have about 10 models, or I don't know, it depends on points, but maybe 8 models, and they're going to kill 4 each.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about somewhere in the region of 32 dead enemy models in a turn. It never works out like that, of course, but it could be absolutely devastating. But it should be devastating. That's cool. It should be devastating.
Yeah, the Rohan hitting you in the face. It never hit hard enough, and now it does.
Really, really good.
I'll be back with you in 2 seconds.
Graham Clifford said, "Would you use Outriders?" I wouldn't use Outriders. They're not in the Legion. Outriders aren't in the Legion, Graham. That's why you wouldn't use them. It's just Riders of Rohan and Royal Guard. You don't have that option. So the next Legion was the Men of the West, which is the good guys who go into the Black Gate. And this is a cool one. It's a mix of all sorts. You get Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Éomer, Merry, Pippin, Gandalf, Beregond, Imrahil, Eldan. They were here, and then captains of Minas Tirith, Rohan, and Dolomoth, warriors of Minas Tirith, warriors of Rohan, and knights of Dolomoth. Sort of pick and mix army of good, really. All models in this force have to be infantry. Only Gondor heroes can lead Gondor warriors. Only Rohan heroes can lead Rohan warriors. And you have to include Aragorn, who has to be the leader.
Yeah.
Whilst Aragorn's alive, the army is fearless, and once per game they can say Frodo. At the start of any fight phase, so long as he's alive, Aragorn can models within 12 inches of Aragorn increase their fight value by 1. So there we go.
You like it?
I think it's another cool thematic list, isn't it? It's probably the most pick and mixy, isn't it? I think of all of them.
Yeah.
I think you've got things from the Fellowship, you've got the things from Rivendell, you've got Gondor, you've got Rohan, like named heroes. So it's the it's most joint. Again, it has the same thing as the Grey Company, that they're all on foot. So I think competitively, it's not going to be incredible. But then that's not the point of these, is it? Really?
No.
I don't think these are meant to be winning new tournaments necessarily. I think they're meant to be competitive options, but I don't think they're meant to be the armies that people take to beat people up with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Knights of Dalenroth on foot. Meh. Not great.
What do they go up to? They're already, aren't they? They have a buff, don't they? Aren't they fight 5 within range of Imrahil or something? So they'll go up to fight 6. Am I making that up?
No, that does ring a bell, because they kind of become sort of elf-like, don't they? In that sense.
They can get up. They can get up to fight 5 somehow, can't they? Helps out in the chat.
Isn't it?
Dalenroth?
The banner affects them as well. Minas Tirith banner. Boromir's banner. I don't know why I'm waving it like that, like I've got a banner in my hand. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you might be right actually. I think you're right. Yeah, because they got the Gondor keyword, haven't they?
Yeah. This dude.
Josh Bryant has said 3 inches of Imrahil. So 3 inches of Imrahil maybe. What is that hand motion?
This.
That was a hand motion you made 20 seconds ago.
This one. I'm waving a flag.
You wave, oh right, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Doesn't look like you're waving a flag.
You're watching back on YouTube, aren't
you? Yeah, I was then. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's cool, but it's they're not. I saw a lot of complaint about it because I think the issue is that they're already Rohan, Gondor, and fiefdoms are already historic. Is that right? So
yeah.
It was almost, what do I get by doing this that I wouldn't get normally? And what you get is you get the mix of the heroes, right? You get the Fellowship in there. So you get Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Merry and Pippin. All, I suppose you could probably get Merry and Pippin through Rohan. So it's Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli.
Yeah.
You can already get Aragorn. It's Legolas and Gimli. It's Legolas and Gimli that you can get into this.
I mean, you're not taking courage checks across the army.
Yeah, Fearless Army is pretty cool.
That's
I think people saying that
it's massive, isn't it? Really?
You just get the basic warriors, don't you? So you lose the ability to have your like Fountain Court and anything like that. But it's about what you're doing.
Fountain Court are in Minas Tirith.
They're at the Fountain Court.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. It's not people saying that why should I take this because it's not as competitive. It's kind of like you're missing the point. It's not meant to be competitive, is it? And the twins as well, as someone pointed out. Yeah,
it's still good.
Yeah, of course it's good. And you can now make an absolutely grim, fearless all hero list because that's not a very fight phase. It's all models. So Aragorn, as long as Aragorn's alive, all models within 12 inches get +1 fight. That's all your heroes.
Yeah.
All your heroes got to fight 7. That's great. I definitely think there's a tasty little all-hero list in there.
What was that coming out to? You got 225, 325, 330, 400, 620. At 700 you can get the 3 hunters, Gandalf the White, and Merry and Pippin.
Yeah.
All fearless, all +1.
You know what's interesting? I've just noticed the Grey Company and the Return of the King are both books and films of them jumping off the ships, right?
Yeah.
Grey Company, Aragorn can take armour, and Return of the King, Aragorn can't. I wonder if there's a description in the book where he's wearing more armour than in the film or something. But yeah, the Men of the West there.
So, that's Men of the West.
What do people think? Just chatting. Josh is underwhelmed by the Heroes of the West. Quinn says Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli and the twins can't lead troops. Was that normally?
Why does it say that?
It's because they're not Gondor heroes or Gondor warriors. So, yeah. Gondor or Rohan heroes. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. So then we're on to the 3 evil ones.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? Or?
So the Army of Gothmog, I think this is the one that is most attractive. Well, one of the most attractive ones.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, anyway. So you got Gothmog, Goroth, Gurutz, Gothmog's Enforcers, Zagdush, Captains, Orc Shaman, Taskmaster, Drummer, Orc Warriors, Morannon Orcs, Mordor Troll, Siege Bow, and Warcapple. An army of Gothmog's. The army of Gothmog forces always include Gothmog, Lieutenant Sauron, who is always the leader. Gothmog counts as a hero of legend when part of this legendary legion, which is good. Special rules: Destruction of Men. The range of Gothmog's The Age of Men is over. Special rule is increased to 12 inch. Additionally, the range of Gothmog's The Time of the Orc has come. Special rule is increased to battlefield wide.
Cool.
Tyrannical rule: friendly Mordor Orc hero models may benefit from Gothmog Standfast. So, it's pretty horrible against men. Pretty much. Pretty horrible. And I think there's a lot more options in this army, I think, than there is in the other ones in this legion.
Yeah, there's tons more.
There's more you
lose. You lose the Nazgul, really, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what you're losing, the Nazgul and Fell Beasts.
Yeah.
And then it's whether or not the buffs are worth it. So Gothmog gets to lead a few more guys. That on its own wouldn't be worth it. Gothmog Standfast affecting other heroes. That's really good.
That is good.
And then his special rules. So his hatred, it's hatred men, isn't it? Which is 3 inches. So that becomes 12.
Yeah.
So hatred men, which is always on, is now 12 inches.
Yeah.
Which is +1 to wound.
+1 to wound.
And then the one-off one, which is, I think, reroll wounds, isn't it?
Reroll all wounds. And +1 to wound, yeah.
And that's every model on the table. Now, that's obviously good and obviously better, but that's already 12 inches, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah.
So that becoming battlefield isn't huge.
Mm.
So I would actually say it's worth taking, if you're not doing it just for fluff, it's worth taking it if you're playing men.
Yes.
Because you essentially get a 24-inch hatred bubble instead of a 6-inch one, essentially.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really fluffy. David McSherry points out you lose the Mordor army bonus, which is true.
Yeah. 24
it's probably
diameter,
I think
not radius.
Yeah. Did anyone say it? I didn't say radius, did I? Maybe I did.
I don't know. It's 11:15 on a Sunday after a long week. I can't remember. James's miniature spacers definitely feel like they want to increase the amount of killing in this edition. Yeah, it seems that way. It seems like you can get more in your army, but you can kill more quicker, I think.
Yeah.
That tends to be the theme.
I think it's a great, really. It's got all the new heroes in. It's got all 4 new heroes in, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of exciting stuff to play with in there. But I reckon if you were going really competitive and you didn't know you were playing men's or a tournament, you would probably go with normal Mordor, I think.
Yeah. That's true, because how often are you going to come up against men? Especially if it's not necessarily a tournament where it's you guarantee good versus evil. Quinn was talking
to Glyn. We've got all the ins in tonight.
Yeah.
So it wasn't our radius. You probably, at that point as well, you might not want Gothmog being your leader anyway. So you might want a Ring Wraith or something.
Yeah.
But I think it's great, and that is what I'm taking to the GT. I'm taking Army Gothmog.
You also let us know how you do it. It might surprise you, mate.
I haven't actually checked my points on the new one in case anything's changed. But it's basically I wrote it about a month ago. It was Gothmog on Warg, Guritz, got 24 Morannons, a troll, a Mordor War catapult, and a banner. That was what my army was.
Yeah, you'd be good.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
But yeah, it'd be good fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good army.
I'm really excited. Two legions at the GT. It'll be great.
So, the Grand Army of the South. Legendary Legion.
Cool.
I honestly don't know a lot about this army in general anyway.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know what benefits you're getting from taking it, other than the fact is it mixing a couple of different factions into one?
Yeah, it's the Serpents, Sting and Far Harad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Together at last.
There's a lot of options there.
Yeah.
And then
Tons and tons of options.
yeah,
Probably the one with the
get
most
all
options.
special rules and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's just putting all them together in one big thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably...
So you have to have Suladan or the War Leader. Only Mahud can lead Mahud, fair enough. 50% have to be Haradrim. And you have to include a Mummak, that's cool.
Mm.
They have 50% of its warriors armed with bows, which is the same as the Haradrim. And it's the making of a king. Your army's leader can declare a free heroic action at the start of any fight phase which they're engaged in combat with the enemy leader. That's cool.
Yeah, that is good.
So your leader will be Suladan or the war leader, and they have to seek out the enemy leader, essentially.
Yeah.
Your Mummaks get Harbinger of Evil, which is awesome.
That is really good, yeah.
And Mahud warrior models within 6 inches of a friendly Mahud hero who is engaged in combat pass their courage test, which I'm pretty sure is the Far Harad bonus.
Right. Again, I don't know.
So
I've not looked
you're getting
into them rules enough to say,
Mm.
well, that's different, this is different.
You're getting the ability to mix the armies together for Harbinger of Evil on your Mummaks and the free heroic, I think.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Have you seen? No one was taking that out. It's a bit of a thing. There's a few requisites you've got to. Grand Army itself is always so that's straightforward. Only Mahud hero. To get bang on 50% with the Haradrim keyword.
It's not bang on, it's at least.
Oh, at least. Oh, right, okay.
It just means you have to have. It means you can't fill this army with like Mahud.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It gives you one list now, if it matters to you, where you can have the Mummaks together. Because before you had the Haradrim Mummak was a Serpent Sting thing,
I do remember
and
that,
the Beastmaster, the War Mummak was Far Harad, and they were historical allies. But you know, there might be something in that.
Yeah.
It's what I've put them all together because the Mummak War Leader can, despite the fact he's Far Harad, he can put Haradrim in his Mummak.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I think anyone who I think it's a Mummak army really. If anyone likes Mummaks, you take the War Leader who can then head straight for an enemy hero, and you get Harbinger of Evil on your Mummaks. It's pretty cool.
Just stop getting countercharged or help against it anyway. That is good. I think. Are you going to see much of it? Do you think? You don't really see that many.
I don't think so particularly. I think it's a buff for Mummaks really.
Mm.
You can't get the Wraiths again, can you? That's the thing you lose as well. So I think competitive Harad armies are still that kind of warrior gun line now, with a betrayer hiding behind. So yeah, I reckon it's mainly like I think Dan Entwistle will be all over this.
Yeah.
He suddenly gets a lovely little buff for his Mummaks personally. So it's a cool one and it makes sense. But yeah.
There's no. I mean, we're moving on to the final one.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. Am I right in saying there's no ring race in any of the evil legendary legions?
I think you're absolutely right. There's notes for a couple of them where it says that they're acting independently rather than part of the army.
Right.
Good. So what's the last one, Steve?
the Black Gate opens. This is a cool one. You have army composition of the Mouth of Sauron, who you never really see, ever. Mordor Troll Chieftain, Rohan Orc Captain, Orc Warrior, Moran Orc, Mordor Troll. Additional rules. A Black Gate opens force must include a Mordor Troll Chieftain. This Mordor Troll Chieftain is counted as being a hero of valour and must be the force's leader. Additional Mordor Troll Chieftains remain as normal. The greatest of the Trolls. The Troll Chieftain that duels with Aragorn is unlike the others of its race, tougher, more powerful and far more deadly. The Mordor Troll Chieftain that is your leader gains the Fearless special rule and an additional point of Might, Will and Fate. That's pretty big for a Troll. What have they got? What's their stat line anyway? They had 3 Might.
2-1-1, isn't he? I think
2-1-1. So
yeah.
3-2-2.
Yep, it's awesome.
Yeah, Hordes of Mordor. Countless orcs streamed out of the Black Gate, and they fight in numbers. They become even more ferocious. Mordor orc models gain a bonus of +1 to wound in a duel in which they outnumber their opponent in the fight. Ooh, that's nasty. Note that supporting models do not count for either side for the purpose of this rule. That's pretty grim.
That's just the Mordor army bonus, isn't it?
Is it? Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Well, again, +1 to wound. Yeah.
It's either that or when they have more models on the table.
No more models on the table, it is. I know that because I've just played on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, it's awesome. I think it's quite like Army of Gothmog, to be honest. I think there's some really nice buffs if you want to take it, but you won't take it if you're desperate to win a tournament.
No. It's going to look different than like a normal build of a Mordor army, because you've got a Troll Chieftain who'd be your leader, you normally wouldn't have that, really. Because you'd be wanting him to do all the work, wouldn't
you? It's quite interesting because the Mouth of Sauron isn't your leader, but then he kind of gets his head cut off before the army actually fights, so maybe he shouldn't be. But yeah, I think I'll give it a go because I'll have most of it done.
How many trolls have you got?
I've only got one assembled, the plastic one. I had a Troll Chieftain, true story. I've had a Troll Chieftain sitting in a box, not doing anything, for about 5 years. And I sold it at Ardacon because I was like, I'm never going to use that. I sold it to Andrew Cox, I think. And then, a few months later, such is life. I'm kind of like, I could do a Troll Chieftain.
I think I've actually got 3 Troll Chieftains. You can have one if you want.
I got nothing.
I
got nothing here, mate.
You can have one.
You're a hero. You're a hero.
Remind me when you sit down next, and I'll give it
you. Yeah, all right. Cheers, man. What a guy. Look at this kind of love that's going on.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, I'll have the army largely done apart from that, and I've got the Mouth of Sauron. I've had him for years.
Yeah.
I've had him. I got him in 2003. I've literally had that model for 15 years.
Yeah. I think mine's still as well.
Once I finish my GT army, I'll literally just need to paint up like a chieftain and a Mouth of Sauron and have this. So I'll definitely give it a go.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like we said before we started going into them. It's all models that you more than likely have already got. You've already got half the stuff that's in these lists. So why would you not just give them a go and see? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to go out and buy them.
Yeah. Catch up with the chat, Dan Goss.
Except for the Grand Army of the South, that one might be a bit difficult.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Dan Goss says, could Merry and Pippin technically lead troops as part of Manor West? Yeah, I think they can. Right. Merry can lead Rohan and Pippin can lead, unless they're independents. Are they independents? Yeah, they're independent heroes, aren't they? Their status doesn't change, so they can't lead, I think. Army Gothmog is brilliant. I hate to be across the table from it. The only reason I won't play it is having to paint all the orcs from Josh Bryant. James Miniature Space. Good evening, gang. Skip past the corn, add, and on to the cool. No idea what that means.
I think I'm assuming that he means they want to know what the secret announcement is. But I'm guessing. I don't know.
That's a very optimistic reading.
Yeah.
All the chat about diameters and radius, killing. Quinn says downside to Grand Armies, you can't get the Betrayer. Dave McShure is disappointed there wasn't an all Fellbeast Legendary Legion.
Yet.
And Bozza says, already seen enough Fellbeasts.
Mm.
Do you know what? I kind of agree with that. If you could have if they'd made a Legendary Legion that was the Witch King, maybe Kamul, and 7 unnamed Wraiths on Fellbeasts, I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
That could be alright. And Glenn Seymour says it's better. The Mordor bonus is reroll ones.
Oh. True. Quinn Duggan James had a YouTube ad for Quorn.
Oh, so I think there's... Is he saying that the Mordor bonus... sorry, as you see, I've moved. So my other book's up. So the Mordor bonus is the same, but instead of +1 to wound, it's reroll ones.
Reroll ones, yeah.
I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
The new one's better.
It's like free feint, isn't it? Right, I've finally now assembled both Theodens, says Dan G. Ross. You know that's what you call from now on, Dan G. Ross, don't you?
There's your night's entertainment. You're welcome.
Josh says, yeah, the 9 abroad would be a cool thing, but on horseback rather than beasts. I think both. I think
yeah, I think they're both good.
That's the thing about them, they are themey. Ah, right, the ad before the video starts was Quorn, right, okay. I get it.
I see, so he said, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Get past the Quorn ad and onto the Quorn.
We've monetised the video, you see, we've got to make all these pennies. In 6 months...
Do I get a cut?
In 6 months we've earned £11 on YouTube.
I'll expect my 20p.
20p, yeah.
I'll call it a Troll Chieftain.
Yeah, Troll Chieftain, yeah. That's fair. I'm just going to pop this up on screen. Let me know, everyone, if you can see it.
Oh, is this the announcement?
Yeah. So, if I go like this...
I can't believe you just suddenly, after 3 hours, you're just hurling it in without any build-up.
Can everybody see that?
I can't see it on you. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Ooh.
Look at that.
So what this is
live.
Is... Do you want to explain it, Damian?
No, you do. It was your thing.
I don't really know what it is.
It's going to be this every month.
So we are the prancing phonies.
Very clever.
We pretend we know what we're talking about and we waffle, but then when we hit 2 hours, the stream switches off.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to cap it at 2 hours. We'll cap it at 2 hours.
What we're going to try and do basically is it's sort of a non-fixed schedule because we've both got kids and stuff like that, but we're going to try once a month. Did we sort of vaguely agree on the first Sunday of each month? Hence this stream. And it will be on the GBHL, not on Top Table Gaming. We are going to be basically just doing this, getting together for a chat. Might have a loose subject, I don't know, really. We'll sort of wing it and see what happens. Maybe people could send in what they want us to talk about. It's going to be Middle-earth orientated, obviously.
The test one the other day was just was a test for this one, wasn't it? It was a test for the Gondor War one.
To make sure I knew what I was doing and it didn't switch off after 2 hours.
And then we just kind of enjoyed it, and then so we did this, and seemed like why not do it like once a month? Yeah. People seem to be joining in, and that's about it really. People are saying nice things. That's good.
Yeah, for now.
But yeah, absolutely. As Keith said, a monthly stream. That's not a typo on it, is it? It's gone small now.
No, it's the font.
Oh, it's the font, is it?
Keith, keep your eyes open. Watch this. Look. It looks like a C, but it's a T. If you look there, where it says monthly, the T is exactly the same as the T in stream. So unless I've spelt monthly as monthly as well, then I'm in trouble. But no, it's the font. So a monthly show, get together like this, we'll chat, we'll probably pop a post up a day or two before the stream's about to go live. We could maybe, I don't know, answer questions or queries or ask for a subject for that month or whatever. But it's not going to be like what me and Jay do on Top Table, which is every system and just talking about everything and anything. It's going to be Middle Earth orientated, possibly talking about the league, talking about events, talking about games that we've played, new models that are coming out, whatever you really want us to talk about to do a Middle Earth SBG, really. Just shoot the...
So we're probably looking at maybe the Sunday the 3rd of March.
Yeah.
Which is 4 weeks' time.
Ooh.
And we'll be a week before the GT.
Sunday, is that a week? I was just about to say, is that a week before?
Yeah.
Obviously, if things pop up or it's inconvenient, we'll jump a Sunday.
Never do it again.
We'll, yeah. But remember, the shows will be no longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be Monday. It could be Saturday. Who knows? Other first of the month are available.
Yeah.
But yeah, about once a month I can certainly escape for 3 hours to sit on the internet.
Yeah.
And have a chat basically because it's been really good fun.
It is fun. It's good to chat to everyone.
Yeah.
And see what everyone's up to. Facebook's great, but this is like more instant sort of live, hence it being a live stream, I suppose. But yeah.
Do you want to see what they think?
Let's have a look. Yeah. Go on, I'll let you lead it.
Lynn Seymour says, "Ooh, that sounds promising." That Dan Gross, that pony be prancing. Keith Robinson, monthly scream. James Mitchell Space. Ooh. Come back to that. Joe Bryant says, "Any guest slots, or do we have to be actually hobby famous?"
I suppose it's not out of the question, but I mean, the fact that it's took me a month to work out how to get 2 people on a screen talking.
Maybe let's see if the idea takes off, and then when neither of us turn up, you can take over, John. Graham Clifford says, "Fantastic idea." James Spess says, "Less prancing, more Bill the pony." But a boom. Quinn says, "Oh God, more of you two. Don't have to watch. You don't have to watch." Reese says, "Sounds great. More SBG content." Josh has a reasonably well painted Bill model who could be a mascot. Be in the Scream or hashtag monthly Scream. Keith Robinson, look forward to following. Thanks, babe. James Miniature Space. Happy birthday, Keith, by the way. James Miniature Space. This works great for me. Late at night after work, more chilled discussion when life is busy.
Exactly.
Keith says Damian will be able to show off his finished Mordor army and Legolas conversion. I think
2 Legolas conversions, I'll have you know.
Yeah. Your idea. I think Damian will probably be cancelling the first episode of the Prancing Ponies because he can't spare 3 hours from painting his GT arm. Dan says, on a side note, if you need help with the audio, I studied at uni. We'd be happy to help. Thank you very much. I don't think it's audio. I think it's the net, mate. If I'm honest, I think it's the internet. And Josh says Sunday evening should work for me catching it live. And I love the idea. Somehow, Steve, you managed to make your TTG streams on Wednesdays when I play D&D.
You can always watch them back. That's the beauty of YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that seems quite positive. Hooray.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Like I say, it's really not much planning's gone into it other than the fact that I said, "Do you fancy doing it once a month?" And you said, "Yeah," and that's as far as we've got.
And Steve met, and then we had a chat about name and the Prancing Phonies. It sounds quite like a pub in Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you picked up on that.
It could have been a lot worse. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's always tough coming up with names for these things. I thought I'd done when we did the plan. I was like, right, that's it. I'm finished with that. No more coming up with names.
But it will be good. I think maybe. What do you think? Do you think something like that the day before or a couple of days before, pop a post up from the podcast saying we'll have this Sunday?
I think because we're only doing it every month, this topic will probably be quite obvious, to be honest. Because I think once a month there'll probably be something decent to talk about.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Reese Taylor. The big question, though, when will Steve... Reese really wants me to find these shields. I'll dig them out.
So good.
I'll find them.
Keith must know some people, all right?
Yeah. But I think with that, shall we get some...
Yeah. So, final thoughts? What do you reckon?
Love it. Love it. Can't wait for the next one already because I'm that kind of person. I'm really impatient. But I'm going to have a lot of fun going through the scenarios.
We did favourite hero, didn't we? What's your favourite Legion?
Ooh. Probably, I think Grey Company. I like them all, but one that I'm keen to put together and get on the table and have a game with is probably Grey Company. It probably would have been 3 Hunters and Army of the Dead.
Yeah, Return of the King.
But I've already had a bit of a play with something similar on already. So Grey Company, because I've never actually built a Grey Company army.
Cool.
You know what's really annoying?
Return of the King.
I paid 6 months ago for a commission for an Arnor army. 6 months ago, that army now does not exist. And it's not finished yet, and I've still got paid for it. It's now 2 armies.
That's outstanding. I did that when I took my phone for a swim a couple of years back before I'd finished paying it off. So I don't have to pay for a phone that doesn't work.
It's annoying.
Good work.
That's annoying. So what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Return of the King. Definitely Return of the King. Just because it's so what I've been into for the last few months. And I just think those 3 plastic hunters are just so good.
Yeah, they're
so good. And it all kind of clicks. You know, you take your Battle of the Pelennor Fields with your Army of the Dead, and then you add those 3 models to it, and then they lead the dead, and it all just. I think there is a really strong strategy in terms of who they're releasing in plastic. Yeah. That you buy the Pelennor set, and then you buy those plastics, and they all fit in.
Yeah. I think with this release, you kind of, hopefully set a precedent in going forward. Other book releases, we're going to get as much with it as we have with this because we've got tons of this.
Yeah. Way
more than I expected. So
yeah, it's cool. I think the dice is just a lovely bonus. Really lovely bonus.
Yeah. Glyn says 8 out of 10 for the book, 10 out of 10 for the hosts.
Oh,
can't grumble at that. I like Glyn. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
And Keith says awesome models.
Keith didn't do these, right? These were Gav, weren't they? Or is he showing his hand?
He's in the chat, just asking.
Yeah. Well, I think I was there. I thought they were Gav, but then because Gav did the other Gav did Theoden and Gandalf, right?
I'm not sure.
Maybe Keith did it. God, if he did do these, I'm really glad I just said they were good.
James says, can't believe the Gandalf dice are already OOP. Are they?
Yeah. Apparently, I think all of them except 3 hunters are gone.
I wonder if they're going to be just like that limited flash release, and then that's it.
I don't know. You got to do that with dice though. If you want dice, you have to buy them straight away.
I'm mad for dice anyway, so I do it all the time. But I just buy them. I'll buy as many dice as the release. Gav did the 3 hunters, says Keith.
Yeah. I think he's doing the plastics, isn't he, Gav? They are Sandy. If you see him tomorrow, Keith, give him a pat on the back here. They're stunning.
Yeah.
And please tell him I can only apologise for what I've done to his legs.
Yeah, his 3 hunters are stunning, but I guess his legs. The legs.
Cut him up. Wasn't that I didn't like it. It was that he's not running as much as the others, so I wanted to make him run.
I know what you mean. He does, yeah. It's a bit more static, but I know what you mean. It's a bit pedantic, but there you go.
Oh, who knows?
Anyway,
there we go.
I think we'll call it, mate, because I am absolutely excited.
Absolutely. Only the 3 hours.
I'm up at 5 in the morning. It's great.
Enjoy.
So it's been an absolute pleasure to do it again, and we'll do it again next month. Yeah,
cheers for joining us, everyone. Really appreciate the content.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the guys who stuck around after the crash in the middle. Well, that 2 hours. And yeah, we'll see you again. So I will say good night to everybody. Have fun, and Damian, I'll speak to you no doubt in the next couple of days.
Of course, dude.
We'll make plans to take the world over.
Absolutely. The start of something wonderful.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
See you in March.
Take care.
Bye.